rising steadfast outlaws. In a world of echoes and digital dreams, the G stands tall, tearing at the seam. A voice of reason in a tangled web, guiding the lost where the truth is spread. With eyes that pierce the shadows embrace, he cuts through the noise with fearless grace. In the wild web where rumors fly, EG stands firm, reaching for the sky. Rising steadfast outlaw. In a world of echoes and digital dreams, EG stands tall, tearing at the seams. A voice of reason in a tangled web, guiding the lost where the truth is spread. With eyes that pierce the shadows embrace, he cuts through the noise with fearless grace. In the wild web where rumors fly, EG stands firm, reaching for the sky. He's the guardian of truth in the swirling storm, fighting for justice, his resolve reborn. In the chaos he's a shining light, EG lately standing for what's right. With a heart so pure he's on a quest, seeking the truth, never settling for less. Through the noise and storm he sails, holding the line where honesty prevails. Armed with courage and wisdom in hand, he battles falsehoods across the land. Where fear may dwell and shadows spread, EG lately always a step ahead. He's the guardian of truth in the swirling storm, fighting for justice, his resolve reborn. In the chaos he's a shining light, EG lately standing for what's right. In this world of doubt and deceit, he stands strong, refusing defeat. A warrior of truth with unyielding might, defending the light in the darkest night. In the realm of endless fight, where truth and justice ignite, he marches on courageous and bold, EG lately a hero story told. In the realm of endless fight, where truth and justice ignite, he marches on courageous and bold, EG lately a hero story told. In the realm of endless fight, where truth and justice ignite, he marches on courageous and bold, EG lately a hero story told.
Don't cry, she'll be back tomorrow. Take back all the time you borrowed. I'm no longer afraid to tell you that I need you, and I wish that you would come back for more. Locked down in a fold-out bed, singing the same song over and over again. You need me half as bad, and I settle for less than that. In my bed, there's a choke down line of you, but I'm mistaken for someone who cares.
right. What's up, everybody? How goes it? It's your boy. That's right. What a party. What a party. I like it. I love it. I was a bore of it. I tried so hard, but I can't rise above it. Remember that song? Today's a somber day, guys. Honestly, I'm coming in trying to be like positive, but Rocky, cut it out, man. I'm streaming. You haven't barked all day. Now you're gonna bark the minute I go live. Oh man, I tell you. What is that? Why am I getting so much humming? I'm getting a lot of humming in the I'm just gonna have to turn that down so I just don't hear him. Because right now, like the microphone ends up I hear him bark and then it comes through the microphone and it goes right into my ears. So I'm sure you guys can hear him barking too. Anyway, guys, as I was saying, Rocky! Shut up! Sorry. It's a very sad day today. Very sad day. Cat, can you please get him to stop barking, please? Sorry, I just, when we talk about this, I just don't want to have in the background, So, anybody who's in my Discord knows the news that I'm about to share with y'all. And, it really sucks. I'm pretty sure... Is it? Am I okay to say this? Soul. I'm not doing like a whole thing about it, but I just want to, before I say anything, I want to make sure that I'm okay to talk about it or not. I'm not going to go into details about it, but okay. I just wanted to make sure. So you guys know, we've had a member of the family that has recently joined us, and pretty much somebody who came in like a whirlwind and got everybody like really, really excited. Got the minute he came into the chat, everybody was really excited. So
well, would you look at that? Someone's guilty of being a total badass. Chick Nugs approves this message.
Where's that coming through there?
Sarah Conagin Little Super Chatted $9.99. Rip Pecan Head.
That's it. Yep, there it is. So you guys know Pecan Head. He was the guy I had on here, and we did the Modern Paul stream together, and it was very fun. It was a good time. We laughed a lot. Unfortunately, it turns out that he passed away during his sleep last night. Apparently he's been again, I don't know a lot of the details. I'm gonna leave that to the people who were closest to him. I was just lucky enough to get to know this guy for the past couple weeks, and this is really, really sad situation. And we were planning, me and him were talking about doing content together, so I'm sure he wasn't expecting this to happen. And when I got the news, I was just like, you get that first moment where you're like, wait, what? Nuh-uh. Like, you're not that. No, you're pulling my leg. And we were gonna do scam baiting together. He was gonna be the guy that I did my first scam bait with. We were gonna do it live on stream. And it's hard to even kind of really put this type of thing in perspective, but I do believe he's in a better place now. But just to kind of explain a little bit about the type of guy he was and just how amazing he was. Jesse said he didn't think he was going to make it to summer. Wow. Yeah. See, here's the crazy thing too. In all the time that I've talked to him, or all the time that he's been around, he's never once really kind of he's like the kind of all the time that he's been around is he never brought up his health. Like he did mention before that he had a lot of debt when it came to medical bills, and you know, it's unfortunate, but like it just goes to show you again, like the type of guy he was, that he would. Sorry, I'm trying to talk, but this dog just will not stop barking in my ear, and it's really making it hard for me to form like a sentimental thing that I'm trying to say. Again, the type of guy he was just the type of guy who would he didn't victimize, he didn't claim to be victim. He had every right to come on here and say, you know, oh, you know, yeah, he might be, we'll use Mater Paul for example. He had every right to be like, you know, I don't know why Mater Paul's so upset. Like I have it so much worse. He never once did that, you know. I have it so much worse than Mater Paul. Like live a day in my life, Mater Paul. You never would make it because obviously, you know, Mater Paul was like using some of his health ailments to try to milk money out of his followers. And Pecan had never wanted a single penny. It makes honestly. I remember that I would have conversations about this with him. I would say, you know, I'd be like, Pecan Head, you know, one day you'll be monetized, and one day you'll be able to, you know, if you put a lot of hard work into your videos, you know, it'll pay off. And he would just be like, oh yeah, you know, it's just not for me. It's not that. It's crazy to me because he just, seriously. I mean, like at this moment though, like you have to have him barking. You knew he was gonna do that though. Oh my god. I swear, man. Yeah, it is heartbreaking, and I'm sorry that it's getting, like, my message is getting just completely ran over by a fucking dog. But you know, I guess that is the way. I mean, that's the way I guess things happen around here. It's just hard to think because it's just right in my ears because it comes through the microphone, and then I'm trying to like form like a sentimental thing that I want to say about him, and I'm trying to search for the words, but all I hear is like barking. So it keeps making me lose where I want to what I want to actually say, and you know, in situations like this, it's hard to say anything really because. But again, like going back to what I was saying, I would have conversations with him about, you know, oh yeah, when you know this is like, you know, when you edit in the future, like a lot of stuff was future oriented when I would talk to him because I felt like he had a lot to offer people. You know, I felt like he had a lot to. I felt like he was finding his footing as a content creator and that he was going to end up becoming, you know, a lot much larger than he is now. And he would placate me. He would always play along. You know, he would always be like, yeah, yeah, you know, I will definitely take that into consideration. But apparently he was aware that his time was running short. But the fact that he never once used his disease as a way to, or whatever it was going. Again, I don't know exactly what was going on with him. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I do. I'm sure the people who know more that will come out and talk about it. What, like, he would just never use that. You know, he had every right in the book to use that as an excuse, and nobody would have questioned him. Nobody would have questioned him, but he never did, and I respect him for that. You know, because whereas, let's take for instance Mater Paul, and it honestly puts a lot of stuff in perspective why he had such a big problem with Mater Paul too, right? Because Mater Paul would be saying, "Oh, I have a sore throat, and I need to get money for it," right? Meanwhile, Pecan Head's going through something 10 times worse. Like his life was on the line, and never once tried to use it as a reason for anything. And if anybody had a reason to use an excuse like that, it was him, right? It was him. And unfortunately, you know, our time on this planet is short, a lot shorter than I think many of us want to admit. Now, I don't exactly know how old Pecan Head was, but all I know is that every time I saw him, he was upbeat, he was positive, he was a happy guy. And God, I don't know if you could hear this wherever you are, Pecan Head, but you were not a nobody. He would always say he was a nobody, but no way could he ever be a nobody. You don't get to meet a lot of people like him. And just, again, like, I know that I've only kind of known him for like the past month or so, but that should show you the type of impression that it's left on, like he's left on me, you know, because, you know, this is a guy that went out of his way to be super helpful to me, point out, you know, things that he saw in my Discord that he thought like might be like security issues without anybody asking him. He just wanted people to look, he just wanted to look out for people, you know. And again, he had every right to use his health as a crutch if he wanted to, and he never did. He never did once. They don't make him like that anymore. You know, they don't. And he was scam baiting up until his final days. Literally, the last message I got for him. Here, I'll read it to you guys on real quick. It's nothing crazy. It's not like you could just tell he had no clue this was coming. Like, it was just business. It was just business as usual for him. But I just wanted to point out like what was going on in his mind yesterday, which is crazy to say because literally like yesterday I got a message from him, you know. So I just want to read this for you guys real quick, just so you guys can just see how dedicated he was to this. So he did a stream yesterday with FGM, Fungi. If you guys don't know who he is, Fungi Media. He's awesome. He's an awesome dude. But he says, this was, actually, no, it wasn't yesterday. This was 3-1. 3-1. Okay. Oh, I think me and Fungi are going live with a huge reveal and destruction. And then he said, you know, we're taken down over, you know, whatever amount of connections ever, you know, to certain things. And he was like, they're gonna be so pissed. And this is like this is what he was doing till his last breath, I'm sure. The man loves scam baiting. Like, he didn't do it for money. You could say, you know that's true, because he could have easily mentioned that he was struggling health-wise and people would have just probably thrown money on him. He didn't care about that. What he cared about was saving people. When this guy is spending the last few minutes of his life worrying about other people, it's I just don't think that you can really kind of like describe how impressive that is as a person, you know, because he had every right to use it as a crutch if he wanted to. And you see it so much. You see it so much online. You see everybody using whatever they can to try to get ahead on the next person. And, you know, it's to see someone who just cared that much about other people. It's beautiful, really. He didn't owe me anything, right? He came on, he just talked, and then he just was like, you know what? I like this guy. I'm going to try to, you know, be as helpful as I can for him. I'm going to try to be as helpful as I can to this guy. And all I did was, you know, bring him on, and we had a couple laughs making fun of people. And he still he cared enough though to make sure that everybody was good. all the way up until like his last moments alive, which a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people would be able to do that because, you know, you're wrestling with mortality. You know, I mean, we're all going to face the Reaper one day, right? But, he didn't, you know, he just went head on first into to just trying to help as many people as he could with the time he had left. And, you know, it's just you don't get that much anymore. You know, it's just everybody hating on each other. Everybody just like treating each other like shit. And I'll be honest, I'm guilty of that, right? You know, he's it's easy to make fun of people, right? It's easy. And it's easy to hate people who are different than you. But, you know, it's something as simple as stopping scammers from taking people's hard-earned money and trying to get, you know, try to stop them from making a huge mistake because they're just too nice of people to say no, or they're too trusting of people to say no. You know, again, you just don't find people like that. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to have this type of reaction, you know, because I've lost so many people in my life. I have. Through 15 years of drug addiction, I've lost so many. And but the difference is like when they died, they were just like, you know, it was all like self-obsession, gotta get high, it doesn't matter if I die, you know, I just don't want to feel like this anymore. That's not how Pecan Head did it. He went full on like, I don't care when my time's up, but as long as like I help as many people as I can. I mean, that's it's a beautiful thing, you know. It's a beautiful thing, and I didn't mean to have like this type of reaction, but you know, it's just like, why are all the ones like that taken so soon, you know? For all we know, like this is just a big experiment for people, you know, for heaven to be like, okay, this is your trial one. Let's see how you behave on Earth when you have free will, and then who knows, you know. But he's definitely in heaven. He might have said fuck a lot. I will say he did curse a lot. He had a mouth like a trucker, but you know, he was one of the good ones. He was one of the good ones. So you know, so I'm sad to see him. I'm just really sad, basically. I don't really know how to say that. And like again, like you know, it's crazy because I've only known this guy for like a month, but it's the type of mark you leave on people, you know. And to have the balls to call out someone who is clearly using their health to try to milk people for money, and you know, and he knew that it could possibly be unpopular, but he just sold it so well, and like you can't question him. Just hang on a sec, soul. You can't question him because like he if anybody had a right to be upset about their health situation, it was him. And instead he just like, you know what, fuck this guy Paul. I know his name's not really Paul, but he's like, screw this guy Paul. He's trying to use his health to try to extort money. His GoFundMe keeps going up and up and up. Isn't that some shit? And eventually he did take it down, but I'll be honest, we're gonna be keeping an eye on him to make sure he doesn't do any shit like that again. You know, make sure he's not trying to do that kind of stuff. And as far as I've seen, he hasn't really done anything like that. He does treat his. I've popped into a couple. Sorry. Oh, one tissue left. That's all I need. He did try to pop it. Well, I popped in a couple of his streams, and he does treat his followers like shit, like total shit. Like I don't know how anybody sticks around and watches him. Yeah, Denise, he was our voice, and we'll miss him dearly. Yeah, he definitely touched. I mean, you could just see like the way that people talked about him was just everybody really liked him, you know. And I really liked him too. He was just a charming guy. And for a guy that was in a situation, didn't know how much longer he had, it's, you know, I think I said to Soul when when she told me, I was like, wow, he was dealing with all this and he didn't talk about it once. I was like, what a fucking badass. What a total badass, you know? So, and again, like, you know, he's has so many more closer friends that if I were you guys, you know, I'd want you guys to follow him, follow them, Fun Guy, and a bunch of other people who will know way more about this than me. All I can share is like the minimal amount of time that I got to spend with him and the impact that he made for us. But I think I'm most sad that I feel like we were robbed of future content that me and him were going to put together. But, you know, I try to keep it real on here. I wasn't expecting to cry. I really honestly wasn't. It's not something I tend to do a lot. But when I do, you know, yeah, if there's a Daniel's crew asks, please let me know how I can help his family. Yeah, if Soul, if there's any way that people can help him out, or give money to his family. Like I'll tell you what we'll do tonight. Whatever gets donated, I will. I'll send it. I don't know. I think I can do a call to action. I have no idea how to set it up, but whatever gets donated tonight, I'll try. I'll make sure it gets sent to wherever it needs to go to. For although YouTube's gonna take 30% out too, so I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. I want to be able to do that, but again, YouTube doesn't pay me for a month, and I'm flat broke this week, so I don't know how fast I'd even be able to get it to him. But I guess I do get paid on Friday, so if you know, if it ends up doing we end up making money or something tonight, I'm gonna donate some. I'll donate it to wherever it needs to go. If that's even something that you think that we're comfortable doing here. Oh, all right. Well, that's done, but I just, yeah, I'd probably rather just soul find wherever there's a GoFundMe for him and just send it there, you know, just so I don't get end up in the middle of some trying to exchange money situation, and that's where you came into play, and you have the audience and the platform, and that's what he want to expose corruption. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, and I think we did. I know I'm not as big as a lot of other creators, but I was happy to help in any way I could. And the video did pretty well. The video got seen by a good amount of people. And hopefully now with this going on, maybe it'll get seen by even more. And that's not from a selfish perspective. I just want people to know what this guy was all about. Get a chance, and I feel so lucky. I feel so lucky that I was able to get that stream done, and be able to talk about that stuff with him. I thought it was really cool. But you're not off the hook, Modder Paul. All right, we're still gonna be watching you. If anything, you got way more people watching you now because he's not here to watch you, and we're all gonna watch you for him. So you better keep your shit together. All right. Keep it straight, man. Don't fuck up. And if you're on the sauce still, put it down, man. But I don't know what type of guy he is, but I definitely think he caught a break because Pecan was really fucking him up, dude. He was wrecking that guy. Um, it is very considerate for you. The moment we are asking that we respect the privacy of Mrs. P, I will reach out and to you and your listeners about what is happening next. All right, Chester Draws, I appreciate that. Yeah, any information, like again, like I said, I'm not the guy to come to for information about this. There's Fungi Media, who knew him so much better than me, would probably be a better option. Soul knows a lot of people that run in that circle. I only got to do a stream with the guy, and talk to him. I talked to him a lot in the inbox too, because he always had a lot of ideas. He had a lot of plans. Let's just put it that way. He had a lot of plans. He wasn't ready to throw in the towel. I'll tell you that much. He was just getting. I feel like he was just getting started, But anyway, an unorthodox way to start the stream, but I just wanted to make sure that we talk about it. I'm gonna bring Soul on because she was on the stream with me and him, and she's requesting to come on and say a couple things. So and I probably could use the help too because I'm a mess right now and I need to gather. I need to put myself back together. Hang on, let me make sure that she's I can hear her. Saul, can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be a pest. I just know that the people in his circle are requesting that we do give his family some privacy, and you have a very touching way of speaking for all of us. I did send Fun Guy a message asking for permission first if there is a way that we can donate. They do have a PayPal, but we have to be very respectful of that. If I'm able to give it out, I will let you all know. It is a very difficult time for us. They do want to do their own tribute, the friends and family who have known him for a while.
Oh, of course,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I know Scamula, I understand we haven't been around him as long and certainly respect to that. Because, they were in the chat and Chester, is the one who kind of had to break the news. In addition to Care Bear, I mean, it's a very difficult time. So I think that again, it's about, I'm not saying anything to UEG. It's just to everybody. It's just we have to kind of hold back on what we do. And I know Gypsy wanted me to put something in chat. I have to be respectful, and I did ask Fun Guy first. If I'm able to, I will definitely share it with you if there's a way for us to give back. I know I want to. I know lots of people do. But as soon as I hear something, I will let you guys know. But yeah, they're very they're asking for us just to respect the privacy right now, and that's all I needed to say. I'll save me and my tribute for later.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. Thank you,
yeah,
Saul.
yeah, sure. All right, thank you, EG.
Thank you. You're so right, Chester. I've said this to others, although we're thousands of miles apart today, we all got a bit closer. And I think that's the kind of effect he's had on people. I was honestly overwhelmed when we put the stream up and everybody was like, yeah, dude, he's the absolute man. He's the best. And you could tell 100% that people loved him. People absolutely loved him. And it's a shame that I feel like he was just getting his momentum going, But it could happen to anybody, I guess, anytime. So hug your loved ones tonight and tell them how much they mean to you, because you just never know, right? You just never know. All right. When I come back, we'll tackle some new stuff. All right.
EG lately standing for what's right.
All right. Professional streamer. That's why I'm not up there on the screen right now, except my stream is up there on the stream right now. That's weird. It's a weird thing to say, huh? I'm gonna try to, get back to my upbeat self. I realize that this is like this is like chaos right now, and nobody expected nobody really expected this to happen. But alas, the universe has a weird way of doing things. It really does. Hang on, I just want to hide that real quick just to make sure I could get up what we're going to talk about today. So again, I'm going to dedicate this stream to Pecan Head. But we do have some stuff to get into. A lot of stuff went down. With, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the streamer Amoranth. She's a very popular streamer. And apparently she was robbed. So we're going to find out. Some people are saying this is fake. Some people are saying it's real. Apparently the police seem to be taking it pretty seriously. So I guess we'll find out for sure what, we'll determine our own thing. Apparently she shot one of them. So I'm trying to think of who to watch here. It looks like this person's talking about the same thing we are. Hasanabi banned. Yeah, go ahead, sweetie. So we're gonna talk about this. I don't know what is a good video to go and see, like in regards to this, because I don't want to watch someone do gameplay while they talk about it. I kind of just want to see like the breakdown of it. And it's an attempted crypto robbery for sure. So that was 6 hours ago. I think I'm just gonna probably pick one. Oh, also, yeah, Cena, Emiru, Valkyrie also were like harassed in public, so we're gonna take a look at that. And also, Hassan Piker got banned from Twitch, believe it or not. I know, the golden boy. So I don't want to go through these ones that talk about all of it because, and I don't want to look at the quartering because the quartering just puts out shit like every 5 seconds. He doesn't. There's no way he could possibly have all this information at the ready. So I'm trying to find one that looks like a video that has a lot of information in regards to the situation. So this guy's name's the VSO Gun Channel. Let's take a look at I mean, we might get some breakdown over the gun usage and shit here, but he's not banned for life, but he's banned. He's probably suspended for a little bit of time here.
They have a.
So let's find out what's going on with Amaranth, and then I gotta bring that chat back up.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to be here as always. You're watching the VSO Gun Channel, and I want to thank everybody who tuned in to our live stream this morning covering the Mexico and Smith & Wesson case. Very good discussion, and I think we're going to have some good results out of that one. It was a fun one. But today we actually have a story to cover.
Yeah, Janie, he was
that
like
hits
really
a little
banned.
bit close to home for me as a content creator. And I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, how I handle stuff like this. But many of you will hear the name Amoranth and know who it is that I'm talking about. She is a content creator across many platforms on the interwebs that has a very prolific following. And some of that...
Yeah, pretty crazy following, to be honest with you. Like, guys go goo-goo for her. I don't personally get it. She's not really my type, but, it seems like a lot of dudes like are just completely obsessed. From what I know, it's 24-hour. Oh, 24-hour ban? Okay. So it's a 24-hour ban, but still a ban nonetheless.
That is in the adult realm, and some of it is not in the adult realm. I personally do not care about that. I'm a very free speech person, and I'm a very pro-capitalist person. She can make her money how she wants to make her money, and that is totally her prerogative. So
I agree with
no
that.
Admonishment for that whatsoever.
As long as you ain't scamming people. Let's be very clear, okay? I just want to make that clear. If you're scamming people to make money, or rug pulling people in crypto to make money, that is not good. That is not okay. All right. But other than that, like, you know, work what you got. Like, I really could care less if girls want to go on OnlyFans and show off their body to make money. That is 100% their right. I mean, let's be realistic. Sex work is probably the oldest form of, like, the oldest profession in the history of humankind. So it's not going to stop today because, you know, some people look down on it. She's one of the biggest creators, right? Yeah, she's huge. She's massive. She's massive. I'm not exactly sure how many subscribers she has, but let's take a look here. Let's get to the bottom of this. How many subs does Amaranth have? Amaranth subs count. But this isn't even counting like her OnlyFans. I guess she's most prolific on Twitch. I've never watched her personally. Who has the highest sub count on Twitch? Yeah, that's not. How many followers does Amaranth have? So followers to date, she has 6.22 million. 6.22 million subscribers. Followers per hour of stream, 193 subscribers an hour. Wow, that would be a great month for me if I had 193. And she's getting them in an hour. Total game streamed 155. So she's, you know, gamer girl type persona, but at the same time, it's what do you expect? Guys are gonna be boys. Boys are gonna be boys. She owns gas stations. Such damn, the chat is rolling faster than I could read it, which is a good problem to have. So don't get. I'm gonna try to read them as I can. Let me take this opportunity to pull up my own chat here so that I can actually read what you guys are saying as opposed to just watching it fly by. We don't like that. We don't want to fly by. We don't want it to fly by. We want to read it. We want to interact with one another. That's what makes this place fun. Right? That's what makes it a good time for everybody. And we want to keep having good times with everybody. So, yeah. That's right. Hang on here. I always forget how to pop this thing out. Every time. I always be forgetting. There we go. I found it. All's right in the world again. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now back to what we were saying. Now I can actually read you guys' stuff, and when it scrolls up, I can actually go read it.
When you garner a huge following like she has, I mean, we're talking tens of millions of followers, all told.
They'll probably show her.
Of danger.
They'll show her,
and she
Daniel,
was
I'd
home
imagine.
invaded. So 3 men stormed her house in an attempt to gain access to a prolific crypto account that was worth quite a bit of money. And in the process, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. We always talk about classes of criminals, right? And sometimes you see criminals and you're like, wow, what a waste of talent. Like that person could have like cured cancer or something like that. And then you see the ones that are like, wow, they lick windows. So let me lay this out for you. It looks to me, and again, I'm not familiar with
from what I've
this
seen, it
person's
looks
content
stupid
on the regular, but
these criminals look like they have no idea what they're doing, to be honest with you.
But-
And that's why I think a lot of people think this is fake. A lot of people are saying that they think this is fake. So, you know, I'll leave it up to you guys when they show, if he shows it. And if he doesn't show it, I'll go find it after this and I'll show you guys.
It looks to me like they live in a compound in Texas. The place has gates. That is your first sign. The second sign is that it's in Texas. And look, like I said, I'm not super familiar with this person's content, but I can tell you from looking at some of the pictures that are up on my screen right now that those people own guns, right? As a gun person, those people own guns. They own lots of guns.
Yeah, Texas people definitely own lots of guns.
So the concept that you're going to break
they lick windows. Oh God.
into this e-girl's place who has a huge following and has probably considered the possibility of something like this.
I think that people need to understand that streamers nowadays are okay. Not myself, but like, streamers are like the new A-lister, right? They're the people who are like people like Kai Cenat are gonna get recognized everywhere they go. People like Amaranth are gonna get recognized everywhere they go. Just like Leonardo DiCaprio, like they might not get recognized by the same amount of people, but they're gonna get recognized by a ton of people. You know, yeah, this guy seems pretty chill so far. I like him, but yeah, you know, and we're gonna see another situation after this regarding another set of female streamers that are out in public and stuff goes crazy. But we'll wait to talk about that one. But like, yeah, I mean, these streamers need to have security. If Jack Doherty, who only has security to make sure he don't get his butt kicked every 5 minutes, then these people should have security as well, because you just never know. Especially if you're a girl who is on OnlyFans or shows off her body constantly, you're gonna attract some pretty weird guys. I'm just gonna put it out there. And they're gonna think they know you because they've seen you naked. You know, I think. Where they might have met you once or twice, you know? This situation's obviously not like that. These guys saw an opportunity to try to rob her, and well, we'll see what happens. You'll see what happens.
They didn't do the math very well, and I'm not going to say anything else about the attackers except for it appears to me that at least one of them was ventilated in the process. And the only video that I've been able to recover at this juncture is the way the story goes is basically these dudes break into their house. They shoot out the door. So I'm assuming it was a glass door, and they kick open the door.
Very
and then
aggressive
they pistol
crime.
whip her and get her to unlock her phone, basically. And that's how they were trying to do it. Well, somewhere in this exchange, they were unable to get into her crypto account. So she convinces them that they need to go get her husband.
Hang on, I'll go back.
He has exchange. They were unable to get
It's an
into
opportunity
her
for you to see
crypto
her.
account. So she convinces them that
Okay, so that's her. Right there. She says, officials said the suspects entered by shooting out the patio window and kicking the bedroom door. Amaranth, 3 gunmen. He screams, I got shot after. I'm not supposed to post the scene itself, nor the casing, which are now evidence. But somehow this video got out anyway.
they need to go get her husband. He has access to this, and he is in a different structure in the compound. If your spidey senses are not running at this point in time, then I don't know if you've got 2 neurons that fire in the same direction.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I by no means know anything about breaking and entering, but if someone's telling you, oh, we need to go over to this other place, that's where he's at, you know, you should probably be like, okay, well, this seems shady, no, you know.
And she runs across the what I would call a courtyard of their compound, goes into this door. These dudes are following close behind her, and very rapidly afterwards, you hear a hail of bullets. And one person at least running away saying, I'm shot, I'm shot, I'm shot, I'm shot. Couldn't happen to a nicer group of folks.
So this is the video.
It's in here. It's in here.
I'm so sorry. Come on. Go, 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 go.
God, it's like the Three Stooges, man. That's why a lot of people are saying they think this is fake, because like how these criminals are so inept. They're so inept. This guy uses the same language as Team Septic. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them, but this guy seems pretty chill so far. All right, let's watch this one more time. All right. So she's gonna come through the courtyard. I think we got to go back a little bit. So she's gonna come through the courtyard. And these guys stop at the door and let her in without, which is probably perfect for her because she's going to just beeline her for her gun.
One person at least running away saying, I'm shot, I'm shot, I'm shot, I'm shot. Couldn't happen to a nicer group of folks.
Oh, it's in here. It's in here.
I'm so sorry. Come on.
See, like right there, why stop?
Go, 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 go.
It looks like only one of the guys has a gun. But it does also come off like a little bit of acting, right? It comes like, come on, guys, let's go. Like, I want you to mainly focus on the guys going in the door, all right? And I want you to see just how much time they spend talking to one another, almost like they feel like they're shooting a scene, right?
Oh, right here. It's in here.
Come on. Go.
Does that, like, it seems pretty weird, right? That does seem like an odd conversation to have. Like, you would think that if you were robbing someone that you'd want to stay on top of them so that they can't do something like exactly what's about to happen. I just got shot. Look how they run. They're pulling up their pants. If they aren't faking it, why aren't the dogs freaking out? Yeah, like these dogs seem like they know these guys or something. I mean, if someone seriously did get shot, then I feel like this is not fake. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's happened as far as like people, if anybody's been caught for this. So
Today's video is brought to you by discount. All that information listed over the affiliates.
good for
page.
him getting
Now,
them.
I do have some substantive questions on how this whole thing went down. They're being a little bit tight-lipped about it right
Yeah,
now,
so am I.
which is understandable. I mean, a shooting did occur, although it did happen in Texas, so that's probably a feather in their cap. But
Yeah, the dogs should be either barking like mad or running away. They were being very friendly. Yeah, and again, like I'm really hung up on the conversation that takes place as they're entering the door. To me, I've been on movie sets. In fact, I've done a scene quite like this, except I was a cop instead of a robber, and I talked exactly the same way that these guys were talking, you know? Like, come on, guys, get yourself together, let's go.
I guess what I want to dispel is there's a lot of people that are right now saying that the thing was staged for publicity purposes, and I don't believe that to be the case. First of all, someone of this woman's following does not need any additional publicity, and the amount of money that she is raking in, she doesn't really need anymore. It is
Yeah, but here's the one thing about influencers that we know, right? More, right? That's the key word, more. I remember you showing us that. I forget what I was even talking about. Sorry, my brain's all frazzled from the opening of the show, but we'll get it together. We'll get it together because we have so many things to cover today. There's so many different events that took place. Like it's like drama central out there right now.
It's illegal to shoot people. Okay, I don't know if this has been thoroughly crammed into everybody's heads. It is not legal to shoot people for any purpose. There is a defense for it, though.
Money for nothing, chicks
And
for
that is
free. That's
self-defense.
right.
And I think this clearly qualifies as self-defense, right?
What's up,
You
Creed?
can clearly see the weapons. They've already smacked her in the head. She's bleeding real bad, right? Clearly self-defense. And I think that there will be no problems proving that ultimately.
I'd agree
But
too. I think it's
the-
self-defense.
The allegation that this
if it's
was
real.
For publicity purposes is, I find, disgusting. Okay, so please, if you're one of those people, stop doing that. Right? There's
it's
also
YouTube,
the,
bro. That's all we do.
People saying heinous things like, you know, if you didn't do this sort of stuff on the internet, it wouldn't be your problem. That is crap.
Yeah, that's
right?
crap.
Just because they work out of their own home does not give them any less protection.
I agree.
To do their lawful business. Okay. So when it comes to me, or any other streamer out there, or any other content creator that has a public facing thing, even if it's just a website that leads to a storefront, right?
Yep.
There's always something in the back of your head that is like, am I ever going to be targeted? So for me personally, as a federal firearms licensee, I carry a handgun around with me everywhere that I go, right?
Lucky you.
And there are some places that I go that have their own firearm already installed in it. My office gun is a special monster. For anybody who would like to come and home invade here, good luck to you. Because it is a machine gun with a coupled magazine in it. So
I don't think you can
not
own a
only
machine gun, though.
That, but I also have all of the entry and exit ways in this premises have at least 3 stacks of magazines moving towards the egress and ingress points. So if I try to go out that door right over there, then I will pass no less.
Yeah, Crazy Cat Lady of 8. We started off the stream talking about it, unfortunately. Yeah, if you guys want to see, I don't want to get into it again because it was hard to talk about. But if you guys want to see what my comments were, if you guys would go back to the opening of the stream, I talk about it there. But yeah, very incredibly tragic.
Then 3 stacks of 3 AR-15 magazines that are preloaded. If I go out that door,
I just got myself together, so I don't want to start crying again. So yeah, so that's why again, I have it. I laid out my thoughts, I think, pretty clear. I yell at the dog a lot while I'm doing it. So, but yeah, if you want to see what my thoughts were, it's all there. If I hope you guys will go back and take a look because he was a dope dude. Yeah, and while his family does request privacy, I don't imagine many people are gonna like hunt them down. Hopefully, he was a loved guy. You expect people to talk about it. So, but it doesn't hurt to remind people, yeah, for sure.
over
All
there,
right. I thought it got
will
muted or
pass
something.
no less than 3.
Oh no, it's
stacks.
okay. It's okay. I know a lot of people are gonna be coming in late to these streams and stuff, and nobody knows. But yeah, I would definitely say I just suggest if you guys are interested in what my thoughts were on that, it's like the first probably like 20 to 30 minutes of the stream. I go over it all. Same Creed. I just got to know him too. I just got to know him for like the past month, and it's really rough. But yeah, I know that a lot of people are probably gonna come in and they're gonna want to talk about it again. But yeah, there's a just like I said, I'm not exactly sure where it starts at, but I did all that stuff. I got you'll see it's very hard. It was very hard for me to talk about. Even if I start talking about it now, I'm sure I'm gonna get upset. So so with all due respect, I'm gonna just focus on Amoranth getting robbed. What's up, Passion76? Good to see you.
Of 3 magazines, and if I decide to go down, then there will be many more. In fact, there are 2 backpacks full of.
Okay, I don't want to hear about this guy's guns anymore. I want to get back to the. Okay, I guess that's it. I mean, this guy was cool. Shout out the VSO Gun Channel. 414,000 subscribers. Good for him. Good for him. But I just don't want to. I don't need to hear about all the guns he owns that he's gonna shoot people with if they try to rob him. I was more interested in Amoranth. I kind of want to see some more reactions to. Now, I know that the quartering is kind of I don't know, very controversial to say the least, but I want to see what his opinion is on this because I feel like he's gonna be the one who says that it's fake. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say that he thinks it's fake.
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. A wild story out of Texas. The probably most popular kind of e-girl on the internet, who goes by the name Amaranth.
Yeah, I don't know. I just get weird when guys are just like, yeah, try that with me, bro. Let me tell you about all the stuff I got. Like I'm like, all right. This is it's getting a little too into peacock territory for me. I got a 366 Magnum. It's got a bird on the side with like the peacemaker symbol, and it's just praying to go at someone. It's like, all right, give it a rest. Like this is like the same. I see it all the time on X. People on X will always be like, God, like if it's like, especially with like the Predator videos, I would be like, oh, I'd shoot him. I'm like, then you'd go to jail, which isn't gonna help anybody. So stop. Everybody's like quick to be like, oh, I'd shoot him. Oh, that person would be seeing the business end of my Glock, and I'm like, calm down, guys. All right, John Wick, internet John Wick, like calm yourself. All right. First off, most of you aren't going to shoot in that situation because you know you're going to go to jail forever. Secondly, you can't just shoot people because they have to pose an imminent threat. You know, so I just get kind of annoyed by the people who are always being like, "Oh yeah, I'll shoot somebody if they come into my house. Well, if they come into your house on one, yeah, you probably have. That's probably the most legitimate way that you would be able to shoot someone. But people who are like, "Oh yeah, if somebody talked to my daughter that way, they'd be seeing the business out of my 12 gauge." And I'm like, all right, tough guy, calm down. I can't get over all the AI on the YouTube. Most of it is still, yeah, Creed. I know I could do a whole stream dedicated to the crappy AI videos that are getting made nonstop from these content farms. So in case you guys didn't know, you can make money online, right? And a lot of these people will hire groups of guys or girls to just come together, make a bunch of AI graphics, and then they'll get someone to write a script, or they'll just get AI to flat out write the script, and then they put an AI voice over it, and they just post like hundreds of videos a day. And these YouTube channels will get hundreds of subscribers, and but it sucks because you're taking away the audience from people who actually need to do this, and not these content farms. Yeah, internet John Wick. A lot of internet John Wicks out there.
Some pretty spicy footage last night of 3 masked men, it appears.
See, I knew he was going to think it's fake.
And demanding her cryptocurrency. Now, this is actually an issue that has faced the Texas area and the Houston area for quite some time. There were about a dozen people arrested.
By the way, just because you take someone's cryptocurrency doesn't mean you're scot-free, right? I think that a lot of people think, oh, if I can get my hands on that cryptocurrency, I'm good to go. That's not how it works, all right? First off, there's a thing called KYC, called Know Your Customer. So it's pretty much required on most exchanges. Now, there's ways around it. You could throw a fake ID or something like that, but say they did get Amoranth's cryptocurrency, right? The FBI would be able to trail every wallet that all those coins go to, step by step. And they've recovered Bitcoin that was stolen decades ago, or not decades ago. Bitcoin wasn't around, but like a decade ago. And they will catch you. It's not. I don't know why all these people think that crypto is like the way to steal. You can get caught. I found an article that talks about the situation. It has some photos of her. She's in a bikini. Do you want me to send it to the inbox? Yeah, sure, Blue Jay, sure. Amaranth in a bikini. I know Daniel's crew wants to see it. I don't know why they get so many subscribers. Me either. Because, I think the algorithm does favor creators that post a lot. And you end up being in the algorithm more. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but my last couple of videos have been doing pretty terribly. Now, granted, they aren't my typical videos. One was Captain America review, and then the other one was me talking about the Zelensky Trump thing. Those videos are doing terrible in views because they're not something I typically talk about a lot on this channel. Like, a lot of people who are following me for drama. But I also haven't been able to post as much as I'd like because I got the flu, so I've kind of feel like I've dropped out the algorithm a little bit. But if I were to post daily or every other day, I feel like I would be right back in there. Unless you have a ton of subscribers, then you could probably do it. Because Nerd City, Lord knows Nerd City takes like 7-month breaks in between his videos, and he still gets a lot of views on it because he's just that G, I guess. Back when I was younger, people were considering a barter system. Yeah, barter, like just trade stuff for other stuff. Jay Saw says, well, if she keeps her crypto on her phone, she's a bit dumb. Yeah. But there's ways to keep crypto on your phone and be safe with it. Like they have this wallet that's called Tangem where you need a card. Like, you need your phone and you need the card, and you get like 3 different cards. Now, if someone caught you at gunpoint with both of those, you'd probably be screwed. But if you walk around with your phone, they can't steal your crypto unless you have that Tangem wallet card on you. So there's ways around it, and I think a lot of people keep their crypto on their phone though, because that's just the most convenient way to have it. But with that said, cold wallets are the way to go. You always want to use a cold wallet. you don't want to have it like on Coinbase or anything like that because they could freeze your assets. And okay, just letting you know because I didn't know if you wanted to show that on screen. Well, how scantily clad is the bikini? I guess I'll take a look. Yeah, by the way, Nerd City put out a new video. I hope you guys will all go check it out. He finally returned. He returned from the darkness. And it was really good. It was about Sniper Wolf again, but the guy always has such a way of telling interesting perspectives of things that most people probably wouldn't, you know. All right, Gypsy, take care. Hope you have a good night. All right, let's keep going. I think that he's pretty much going to say that this was fake, if I had to guess.
Arrested after committing, similar crimes last year. I'm going to go through what her claims are, the video footage. Obviously, there are a lot of people online that believe this is fake. I understand why people think that, and we're going to look at, I guess we're going to decide whether or not you think it's real or fake. I'm out to her directly, asking for any kind of police report or anything like that. So if I get that, I'll post it. But this is what started last night. This is what was like wild, right?
Yes, JSauce. I was just saying, like, technically your crypto is on your phone because that's where your Tangent wallet at. Like, that's, if someone pulls a gun on you and you have the card and your phone at the same place, they could wipe you clean. But yeah, it is cold storage. That's where I would highly suggest most people store their crypto too, because it's not really yours unless it's in your cold storage wallet.
She basically just says, she tweets out, I'm being robbed at Pew Pew Point. Like, she just tweeted that out. I believe one of them.
Yes.
I believe I got.
You're right, JSauce. A hot wallet would be like Coinbase wallet, because people can hack those and get into them and wipe you out without even having to talk to you or see you. So I'm guessing Amaranth doesn't keep her crypto on her phone. She keeps it in like cold storage, and these guys were trying to get her to use that cold storage to move to their accounts. You shouldn't keep large amounts of I'm not supposed to. Oh, okay. I will. Yeah. If you're into crypto, I mean, it's getting bigger. It's getting popular. Right now, it sucks, though. Right now, crypto friggin' sucks to be in, but it's a perfect time to get in if you're not in because everything's so low. Pew Pew, Pepe Le Pew. Yeah, the Pew Pew thing is like strange to me. YouTube censorship is so annoying. I don't know if, I don't know if I would say that they're censoring me. I just think that I fell out of the algorithm because I haven't been as active as I normally am. But I'll get back in there. Don't you have no fear, guys. I'll get back in there. Not to bring it up again, but Pecan Head came into my life at the perfect time, exactly when I needed him, because we were kind of like drowning a little bit, and then he came in with the Paul story and then kind of like helped reinvigorate the channel. And I think maybe that's another reason why I got so emotional, because the guy, he helped me out so much in such a little time of knowing the guy. But with that said, we're gonna keep going. I don't care if I get 2 views on a video. I'm still gonna keep making content because I love doing it. Last guy was saying gun, gun, gun. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I mean, crypto. It's a lot of like you could ask JSauce. It's a lot to look into before you invest in crypto. It's like and then once you are in it, it's like a total nightmare. Day to day, watching your money go from being like $10,000 to like $4K the next day, and you're like, what the heck? Did I just get robbed? And but then you could 6 days from then you could have 20,000. It's really crazy. It's really crazy.
Not one of them. I 2A'd them. They wanted crypto, is what they were yelling, and they pulled me out of bed. I guess they hit her and stuff like that. Home invasion.
Crypto. So Creed asked, did crypto go down because of the proof of work changes? I don't think that. I'm not exactly sure what proof of work changes you're talking about, because I know that Bitcoin's still a proof of work coin. Casp is a proof of work coin. That's what I'm invested in. But ETH was a proof of work coin, but then moved to a proof of stake coin, which did hurt the price a little bit, but now ETH is kind of coming back. I think mainly it has to do with the tariffs. that Trump put out. I think that is what's crushing crypto right now because the fastest way to scare people out of the market is to introduce new variants to the market, and it scares a lot of people, and they end up selling off, and there's massive sell-offs. And then they wait till it goes real low again, and then they'll buy back in once people calm down with the news. But some people are saying the bull run's over. I don't think so. I don't think the bull run's even really truly started yet. It has for some coins, but I think there's still going to be a massive bull run at some point. Now, this is not financial advice, obviously. This is just my perspective on it. Can you speed up the video to 1.5? He talks so slow. Yes. Yes, I certainly can. 1.5? Let's try 1.25 and see how that does.
Safe now. So people obviously were like, why are you tweeting this? Why would you tweet that? Why don't you call police? So her explanation for that is that
Jason
they
says
gave
no.
she needed to get into her phone so that she could give them the crypto that they wanted, which does track. And then she sent out the tweets as opposed to trying to call anybody, which is actually probably a smart move if true. You see, online streaming celebrity Amoranth reassures fans after dealing with an armed robbery overnight in which she was pulled from her bed and pistol whipped. Amaranth, real name
I think it's better.
Sigarosa, said the assailants demanded crypto and told her to log into her phone.
It's just,
She said, and then began.
I'm
posting
guilty
on
of
X
graying
saying,
myself.
please
I
call,
got a little bit gray hair.
please get me help. This, that, and the other thing. So she posted some videos showing police presence at her property. It's only a 3-second video. She said, this isn't a joke. According to reports, Amaranth had about $20 million in her Bitcoin wallet and another $75,000 in her Ethereum wallet, according to a screen grab.
So JSauce, who is my other crypto professional, likes to correct me sometimes. So she says, Terra fears the ETH hack and the meme coin crack Trump did creates uncertainty. Yeah, it's fear and uncertainty is the fastest way to dump cryptocurrency. But it's not gonna stay down forever. Even a lot of times you want to think like don't long-term invest in a meme coin, but if you invest in an altcoin or you invest in Bitcoin, I would expect to stay in that coin for quite some time. Okay, not UEG. Okay, thank you. That's just because the market could go to almost zero, but at some point, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, it could go up and make you a fortune. So you just want to. A lot of times, you just want to stay strong and hang in there and never put in more money than you can afford to lose. He seemed young to have it in his beard already. I think he's almost like 40. This guy, Jeremy from the Quartering.
She shared on social media in November 2024.
But look at his schedule.
Price has fallen more than 15% since.
Look at his schedule. New videos at 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. Like, come on. That's how this guy's got so popular. He's putting out like fucking 5 videos in 5 hours. It's nuts. It's really nuts.
Since then, not really relevant. Houston-born Amaranth is one of the most popular gaming streamers online.
41.
Esports
Yeah, he
company
looks
and all
it.
sorts of other stuff like that. She was the most watched Twitch streamer in 2021, and she's probably the largest earner on OF, where she earns more than $1 million a month. So she then shared
Fair
this
enough,
video
Creed.
footage
Fair enough.
of the incident, and people are of course asking questions. I downloaded it in case she has to delete it, but let's see here. I'm pretty sure this is her vehicle.
That looks like an Amaranth vehicle, a
You hear
Jeep.
the dogs are barking. This is her running.
Oh, right here. It's in here.
This is her running. They're probably like, she didn't have her cell phone, or they set a computer.
It's odd that they let her run, right? Does anybody else find that odd that, she was running from them to get to a like how idiotic are these guys? How idiotic are they?
So a lot of people are like, oh, that shows 3 guys, or a girl.
Pretty
going at
idiotic,
them. I'm pretty sure
I'd
that's
say.
her in the video.
Come on. Go, go, go,
You can
go.
see they are armed. Not shortly after, so they lost track of her basically, because she runs in. So people are like, well, how did she have time? Look at this. The guy stands at the door telling the other guys to go. So from 15 seconds, 16, 17, 18, she's completely unmonitored and running through the building. So she could have, armed herself at that point, pretty obviously.
Yeah. See, this is why it's so strange. And then you don't see the gunfight. So It's hard because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, you're stupid if you say it's staged," but like, how can you not? I mean, they probably just underestimated her because woman. That's possible too, Blue Jay. That's possible too, or streamer girl. You know, OnlyFans girl. You know, it is so many different things play into this. I think.
And then 25 seconds. First shot, second, third. You hear that guy say, I got.
So he's just pointing out that the guy said he got shot. I want to read what Amoranth wrote here. They beat me before this video and pistol whipped me. The pummeling felt like it would never end, and I protected my head by putting my arms up like I learning how to do in boxing. Blood was streaming down my head and my hands were beat brown. They brought duct tape and masks and were armed with handguns. Wow. But she had time to tweet out, "I'm being robbed at gunpoint," you know? Most people don't want to do that right away when you're getting robbed. I got to tweet this. I got to tweet this right now.
I got shot. Isn't it funny? Like, again, if real, how tough these guys are hitting on a woman when they're armed. The second the odds are even only 3-1, they ran away.
She chose fight or flight, and she chose fight.
Now, this says, I wasn't supposed, the scene itself, nor the casing, which is now evidence. They hit me before this video, pistol whipped me, all sorts of stuff. She had cuts. They had brought duct tape and masks and were armed with weapons. You can see very clearly. The high-res versions are with cops.
Creed.
Now, a lot of people are
Not the
saying,
nail.
hey, this is obviously not real, based on a history in the past where Amoranth has done several publicity stunts. This seems pretty, I mean, right now, I understand why people say it's not real. I'd like to see a police report, obviously, or somebody local. This is in Texas, and most of the people...
Yeah, I think a police report would validate this a lot.
Most of the people who have to be careful on their timeline here. Most of the people who
you don't want to get, you don't want to have no boobie pop out.
Are saying it's fake. They say, oh, she lives in California. She doesn't live in California. She lives in Texas. This is pretty well known. But if you look,
that must be the
just
article
late last year.
I think Blue Jay.
Man convicted of these home invasion robberies to steal cryptocurrency, and this was in Texas. This was in North Carolina. But here in Houston, which is where she's from, 12 people sentenced in home invasion robberies to steal crypto and other valuables.
I'll tell you what, if it comes out to be fake, I don't care how hot Amoranth is, this is going to destroy her reputation. But if it's not fake, then I think it's going to launch her into the stratosphere too. So, I mean, she's already up there, but this could make her I mean, she's already kind of a household name, so I don't know how much higher she could get, but it would definitely be a massive publicity for her, you know? She was too confident leading them this way. I know, right? And she's like running, and they're not like, stop, you know? She's very pretty. I'll give her that, you know? No, that's not the one I sent. The one I sent is a couple hours old. Okay, we'll take a look at that.
This was late September. This was like not even 6 months ago. So this is definitely a crime that, is happening. And this is something that, again, like with crypto, people find out you got it. They think they can't be tracked. All they need to do is, log into the phone, make you transfer it into their crypto wallet, and then run. She had advertised that she had millions in crypto. Just in case anyone's wondering, I have like zero crypto. I have like 0.00001 Bitcoins. So don't worry about wasting your time on me. You see this? Remy St. Felix of West.
Yeah, by the way, if anybody wants to come rob me for crypto too, I'm pretty broke. Like, my money is way down. So you're not going to get much out of me right now. Come see me when the bull run does really well. But by then, hopefully, I'm cashed out.
Palm Beach, Florida, and his co-conspirators stole over $3.5 million in victims through SIM swapping and home invasions.
See, Creed validates how popular she is.
At gunpoint, attacked, and bound with plastic cable ties. He was convicted in June 25th at Greensboro, North Carolina.
No, Carla, don't put that in the universe.
$524,000 as well as 5 years supervised release on top of 47.
Destroy her reputation. No, it won't. She's got boobies. No one cares about her reputation. Fair, J Sauce. Fair point. Those boobies, girls with boobies can get away with a lot.
Year-long sentencing. I was like, oh my God, did you not get a sentence? According to court documents and evidence presented during trial, the initial scheme took place in late 2020. The first incident took place after co-conspirator Jared Gabriel C. Mungle of West Beach, Florida, and foreign co-conspirators stole crypto from victims by gaining control of their phones through SIM.
I think I've seen enough of that. I want to take a look at the article that not Jay Cells, the article that Blue Jay sent me. I'm just gonna hide this real quick because I have a terrible habit of accidentally showing my inbox and my inbox and all this other stuff that I don't tend to really want to show anybody when I go into here, because I just click around like a crazy man and forget that I'm live on air. All right, so this is a New York Post article that she sent me. So let's take a look here at what they have. And also my emails always end up showing up for some reason, and I don't want that. We can't have that. That ain't cool. All right. Please see my comment in Discord if you're interested in donating to Pecan's family. All right, I will after we're done this, we'll put that link up. So this says, OnlyFans star Amoranth opened fire on masked robbers after they pistol whipped her while attempting to steal $20 million in crypto. She flaunted it online. So it's probably not a good idea to flaunt that you got tons of money in crypto online, and because it's easy for people. Oh, it isn't a link. Okay. Well, we'll still talk about it if you want me to, Soul. If you want me to. A buxom OnlyFans. A buxom. Maybe that's the part of Texas she lives in, but I always thought buxom meant like boobies. A buxom OnlyFans star who bragged online about having 20 million in cryptocurrency was yanked out of a bed by a trio of robbers who held her hair on them and sent them fleeing. Amoranth, whose real name is Caitlin Saragusa, 31. Did they just dox her? Posted the terrifying Sunday ordeal on X along with a dramatic video. Now I could see why she was a little worried about these pictures, because that's a pretty skimpy outfit. But I think this is okay as long as there's no actual nudity on here. I think we're all right. Because I mean, if you just go look up Mini Tina on Instagram and YouTube, she wears way less than this. Amoranth has, I believe I shot one. I'm covered in blood, but only some of it's mine, she wrote. Amoranth, who has 6.2 million followers on the streaming platform Twitch, shared a clip that reveals the moment she and her husband turned the tables on her attackers. So, it is possible that she gave the husband a heads up that she was coming over there and to get their guns ready, and maybe the husband was the one that shot. You know? That would make a lot more sense to me. I appreciate that, Blue Jay. Yeah, we don't want to get banned because YouTube bans are permanent. They're not like temporary ones like you would get on Twitch. Well, it was in the article, but yeah, buxom is an old-fashioned term. Some would say J-Sauce was buxom back in the Hercules day. Security camera footage of Amoranth leading her attackers into a building on her property where her husband was waiting. Okay, so the husband shot, not Amoranth. So that's a clear thing that I think that we need to clear up. So a lot of people are suggesting that Amoranth was the one who got in, got the gun, turned around, and started shooting. She said she shot too. All right, so but that would explain why the guys got so scared, because they were ambushed by another guy in there with a gun. It's not like Amoranth was able to get there, get the gun, turn around, and start firing. She probably helped him once he started firing, which was enough to make them, run instead of fight back. But again, if you kill Amoranth, you're not getting her crypto. So I guess I could see why they didn't want to shoot. It's okay if you want to call me an old fart. We all older. I'm 38. All right, I'm not no spring chicken. She said the robbers kicked in her bedroom door, demanded she give them her cryptocurrency, and then struck her in the face with a pistol. They beat me. And pistol whipped and pummeling. Like, I felt like it would never end, she wrote later on X. They gave me a phone and said, log in, with a gun to my head, and I tweeted, because calling would be a death sentence. She added. Getting audio cutting out. Gonna refresh. Okay. Is anybody else getting that? Let's hope not. She managed to use her phone to post, I'm being too robbed at gunpoint to her ex account. Then she led the assailants into a building where her husband, who had seen her online SOS, was waiting with a pistol. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm just making sure. Weird. I have no idea why it sent that twice. Things that make you go, At least one of those shots was fired by influencer herself, she said. Okay, there you go. And she tagged Staccato. Staccato. Yeah, okay. I got it right the first time. I don't know why I was about to have a stroke right there. The maker of the high-end handgun she apparently used. Amoranth did not. Bet you $100 she's about to get a brand deal from them. Amoranth did not explain how she acquired a weapon, but said she believes she hit one of the attackers because there was a trail of blood left on the property. The Houston's police officers union confirmed her harrowing account is on X, adding that she was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators are still searching for the suspects. And there she is. And you can see why she is pretty popular. I see two huge reasons why Amoranth has the popularity she does. The would-be robbers may have learned of her digital fortune when she posted a screenshot of her Bitcoin and Ethereum balances last November, asking her followers what she should do with her more than 20 million in crypto. Help, do I sell or hold my BTC, she wrote, along with a pic of herself posing in a bikini. Well, if she would have held out, that crypto would be worth way more now. After the break-in, well, no, wait, November was a pretty, that was when Bitcoin was like well over 100K. Okay, so she was, that was probably would have been the time to sell because now it's back down to 80, but it'll probably go back up at some point. After the break-in, if I were her, though, I'd just hold it forever because it's just only going to be worth more and more and more over time. After the break-in, she dropped the subscription fee for her After the break-in, she dropped the subscription fee for her OnlyFans account for 30 days with a note saying, I already got robbed. Might as well let you back in for free. See, that is odd to me. That after the break-in, she dropped the subscription fee to her OnlyFans account for 30 days with a note. I already got robbed. Might as well let you back in for free. Huh. Posted her balance online. Oh my God, she's an it. Yeah, well, it's always the pretty ones you got to watch out for. How in the hell do you put that outfit on without sticking your leg through the wrong holes? I don't know. What's up? I've loved the stars too finally. Yeah. I mean, this girl's got more money than she's going to be able to spend in multiple lifetimes. So, pretty sure money's not an option, not a problem for her. Even if those guys got away with that 20 million in crypto, she probably would still have more than enough to live comfortably. When you buy a big screen TV, you don't put it by your trash can. You put it by your neighbor. You don't like trash can. Yeah, I like that. Well, I think I'm gonna pull Chud Logic. I'm gonna use this picture as the clickbait. Chud's always using boobs as clickbait. So yeah, that was the Amoranth story. Pretty crazy. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know. Do you guys think that if that was real or fake? I want to hear from you guys. All right. So there's another story that I want to talk about. Since we're talking about the influencer girls having harrowing experiences, I want to pull up this video here of some more influencer girls. This time, though, specifically being, pretty much bullied and it kind of got scary for them. So I just gotta find this real quick. So Rogera thinks it's fake. Creed says I have no clue. A lot of mixed opinions out there. What's up, Michael Schwark? How you doing? I'm on the fence about it. Yeah, I'm withholding my judgment. Oh, by the way, just in case anybody's wondering, Daredevil Born Again, 2 episodes premiere tonight on Disney Plus at 6 p.m. So they're already out. So I'm definitely going to be watching that when I get offline. I'm super, super excited for that. What's this girl's name? Emiru? I think she was one of them. Okay, this is it. This is it. Daniel Screw says, don't care. Nicki Minaj, I always it's called you Nicki Minaj. Janie Minaj says she's unsure. Yeah, I'm withholding judgment until more comes out. My gut instinct tells me that it was real, but the content creator in my brain tells me, it is a very odd situation, and it's very odd how that all got put together. Comparing it to Cena and the ladies at the same time, it feels fake. Yeah, and then, like, you know what really bothers me is the OnlyFans thing she did where she drops her subscription fee for 30 days. So that seems like too much of a coincidence, in my opinion. Too much of a coincidence. All right. This next video that we're going to take a look at tonight is features some popular streamer girls. They were out on I guess at a theme park or something similar to that, some type of fair. And a guy is going to come up to them, and he's basically going to be, get pictures with them. And I guess he asked for one of her numbers, and then he starts to crash out, making the girls pretty scared. So I really liked the Wednesday on Netflix a few years ago. Yeah. So the reason I'm excited about the Daredevil show is because it might be finally some good Marvel content. And we cover, I cover a lot of MCU stuff on this channel. So, and Daredevil's my favorite superhero of all time. So I'm really excited to see if Disney does a good job with this video, with this TV show or not. Used to be 31 flavors when I was a kid. Oh, scoops, 31 flavors. All right, let's take a look at this interaction that goes on here.
Can I be mean to him? Yeah, you can. You have permission. Yeah.
So that's it. Miro, Valkyrie, and I forget what the other girl's name was.
Oh, Cammy, you look so cute.
No, okay, so Ben Affleck was in the original Daredevil movie. And they did a new one with Charlie Cox as a TV show on Netflix. They did a couple seasons of that, a Defender spinoff show. And those were really good TV. So we're going to see how Marvel does with the character of Daredevil, even though Netflix knocked it out of the park. So, again, these are all pretty popular streamers here, all these girls. So we're going to see what happens.
Maybe we should just go.
Oh, Valkyrie's from Among Us?
Oh, yeah, maybe we should. Yeah. He's getting a little closer. That's oh. Ready? Let's do it. I think we're just gonna go. Let's go. Oh no, we're not.
What's up, huh?
Hey, excuse me? No! Security? Emily, no! Hey! Stop.
Okay, so I guess one of their friends that was with them that isn't on the stream decides to confront the guy, and then he says something along the lines of like, I'm not exactly sure what he said, but it's not very good. It's not very good, and it's a pretty threatening message. So they start yelling for security. This guy clearly is, probably somebody who has a huge, massive ego. Saw an opportunity to take a shot, got rejected. Now all of a sudden he's playing the, oh, you think you're too good for me card.
Stop!
Whoa! It's fucking fight right now.
What?
Get away from now.
Security! He's harassing us.
kill you right now. I'll kill you right now.
Oh wow! So he said, "I will kill you right now. I will kill you," and he kept saying it again and again. What the is wrong with people?
Security, please, please. Security.
Now this seems pretty genuine. At first, you could say, "Oh, you know, a lot of these real IRL streamers tend to set up like weird stuff like this," but these girls genuinely seem like terrified of whatever's happening with this guy. Why don't these girls have? What I want to know is why don't these girls have like security with them? It seems like they just have their other friend who's another small girl there to, you know, like who's filming this, by the way? Who's like filming this? Is it, if it's a guy, then the guy should hand over the phone and then try to defend them. That fear in their voices seems very real to me. Yeah, I don't think that this one's fake. Watch my luck. The Amaranth one will come out and be real, and this one will end up being fake. Or they could both be real. Who knows? But yeah, these girls genuinely seem terrified, and it sucks because, you know, a lot of the feminists are using this video to be like, see how horrible all guys are, and it's like, dude, could you guys ever imagine me like acting like this in public? No, right? And I think that I'm a pretty chill dude. I think like most guys are like me, and in fact, I'd probably say that most men in this situation would probably defend them in hopes of like getting in their good graces, you know? Sometimes you wonder what happened before cause someone to flip out on them. How is everything being filmed so conveniently? Yeah, true. I wanted to find a longer clip of this, but this seems to be like, this is the longest clip I've seen so far. And it might be because like when you clip stuff on Kick, you can only clip a certain amount, but I definitely would like to see the stuff that led up to this this moment.
I'll beat him if I have to. Forgot we're in public. No, I'll beat him.
That's the guy. That's the guy right there, in case you guys are wondering. This guy right here is the guy that's stalking them. Asian fella, you know, bowl cut, by himself. That's a big red flag. Why is that guy there by himself? Probably because he's unhinged.
Can I be mean to him? Yeah, you can. You have permission.
Can I be mean to him, she says. So that must be Emily.
Oh, Emily, you look so...
So the girl in the blue hoodie must be the one that confronts him later. Yeah, her.
Maybe we should just go.
Oh, yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, you could see that like they're uncomfortable with the interaction that's taking place. They don't know what to say. I feel like if this was scripted, like it would be much more of a like streamlined conversation going on, like and a little bit of acting. But they just seem uncomfortable, you know.
he's getting a little closer. That's oh. Ready?
What's good?
I think we're just gonna go.
Let's go. Oh, no, we're not.
Right here is what I want to know. I want to know what's happening right here because she goes, "We're gonna go." Who is filming though? That makes no sense. I know. And why wouldn't you turn around and show what's going on? Because that's the good stuff. But they might have like a deal that's like, yo, just keep the camera on us no matter what. We are the stars. But I would love to see what's going on behind this camera right now. Personally, I'd be way more interested in that than watching their reaction to it. But they were getting ready to leave, and then they say, "Oh, I guess we're not leaving." So I guess the girl that's missing is the girl in the blue hoodie here. So she must be over there like cursing the guy off, because every girlfriend group has like that one girl who's ready to throw down at any time.
Oh, no. What's up, bro? Hey, excuse me?
No!
Security?
Emily, no!
Hey,
Stop!
Whoa!
Let's fucking fight right now.
What?
Get away
Let's
from
fucking fight right now.
Security!
He's harassing us.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Right now. I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now.
How did he end up? How did he end up so close to the camera? Did he like run up on the girl? I guess the person that's filming got too close with him. He starts like chasing.
Security, please, please. Security.
Such a. So this is the girl I think that was like confronting him. Maybe drone filming. Yeah, possibly. I don't know, but terrible cameraman, if I had to guess. Like you want to film where the action's at. So this came from somebody on X who says whatever. That's her name. His conduct was unacceptable, but why are guys excluding the part where Emily threatened to beat him up and asked to be mean to him? And you all said yes. That's pretty inculpatory. Emily 100% needlessly escalated things. True. You know, she did go over there and confront him. Emily, I'll beat him if I have to. I'll beat him. I'll beat him. Emily, can I be mean to him? Valkyrie, yeah, you can. You have permission. Emiru, yeah. Emily, yay. Yeah. So the girls didn't do themselves any favor by escalating this. That's for damn sure. But at the same time, if this guy's not leaving him alone, you know, take a hint, son. Take a hint. These girls are waiting to marry like freaking, you know, movie stars. They're not gonna start date or other major big streamers. I don't think they're interested in like, you know, some rando that walks up to them on the boardwalk. These girls have power and they want other guys who have power. Then Emily leaves the group and she walks over to him. Given the prior conversation with the girls, it's fair to assume she went over and started chewing him out. Yeah, that was pretty clear. It'll be the last time they do that. Yeah, probably. It'll be the last time they say, yeah, go ahead and be mean to him. We clearly hear Emily say, I'll fucking deck you. If the mic had more clearly picked up the rest of what she said, I'm sure it would be even more inculpatory. And even you guys are telling Emily to stop. A word of advice, don't approach strangers and threaten them with physical violence with the recorded proof of Emily threatening physical violence multiple times. The guy may actually have a pretty solid claim here to self-defense. That's not a bad take. It's not a bad take if you ask me. But at the same time, like, I also, like, these girls have the right to, like, I mean, they're celebrities, so, you know, you can always do that. Oh, well, you know, you kind of asked for this when you became famous or whatever. But I feel like they have a right to the privacy. But if they're just being mean for no reason, then it's not a shock to me that the guy would get pretty upset about that. If you go out in public and you are the biggest streamers in the world, people are going to interact with you, regardless of gender. In any case, I'm not excusing his conduct, which may have very well been super creepy and unacceptable, but Emily 100% instigated and escalated. I don't disagree with that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It looks like Emiru put out a response. Do you guys feel like this is more the girl's fault or the guy's fault? Because the girl Emily did escalate this, without a doubt. She went over to him and confronted him. But you could see that the girls were uncomfortable with the guy too, which means that he was probably just kind of like lurking, you know, just kind of lurking around. But he was probably trying to hit on him. He wasn't really getting anywhere. So then the girls kind of started treating him like he was creepy. But, you know, the guy probably thought, you know, how many opportunities am I going to get to try to like hit up Emiru or something? You know, I'm going to take my opportunities. So Emmy, who's Emiru, said, I'm sorry for not saying anything sooner. I've just been in shock. I feel like she's playing this up a little bit. For those who don't know, I was streaming with Ray and Cena last night, and a man asked for my phone number. I turned him down, and he started following our group and threatening to kill us. Okay, that's clearly not how this all went down. It's for views' fault. Yeah. He asked for my number. See, she's being so disingenuous with the way that she's describing this. Because he didn't start saying, I'll kill you now until they had the girl Emily started screaming at him. So it wasn't like, she's painting it like this guy was like, oh, you're not giving me your number. That's it. You're going to die, you know? That's not how this happened at all, in my opinion. And started following a group and threatening to kill us, which obviously we all know that's not how exactly that played out. I wish I could say this was some kind of 1 in a million incident, but the truth is it's not. This is what life is like for girls. I hope, if anything, people see what happened and realize how much of a reality it is for women and content creators as a whole. Janie says, I don't know how I would have reacted, but my first instinct would be just to leave and make my friends leave with me somewhere safe. Yeah, so true, Janie. What's up, DSB? Yeah, just get away from the situation. Alert. I mean, I don't think it's wrong to alert security and just be like, yo, that guy's following us. Can you make sure can you like occupy him till we can get away and get some distance between us? But the girl decided to confront him anyway because, you know, she wanted to be a badass. So, here's the problem I have with what she's saying. I wish I could say that this was some kind of 1 in a million incident, but the truth is it's not. This is what life is like for girls. Yes, guys hit on women. Guys try to attract women. It's been that way forever. Now, is there always going to be a couple guys that just don't take no for an answer? Sure, right? But you know what happens with situations like this? Guys stop approaching women, and then girls are going to be the first to be like, why don't guys approach us anymore? Like, I miss the old days where guys would try to woo us over, right? That's the catch-22 that's happening with what she's saying here. I hope, if anything, people see what happened here and realize how much of a reality it is for women and content creators as a whole. Doesn't it suck that guys want to bang you? Doesn't it suck that girls want to love us? You know, it's stuff like this that bothers me because, like, it's like you're huge. You're living a very incredibly privileged lives, and you didn't think once to maybe hire security to keep an eye out for you to make sure that stuff like this didn't happen. It's like that at the gym. Yeah, I'm sure, because, you know, the girls in the gym are probably incredibly attractive, right? Because they work on their bodies, and that's exactly why guys go there, so they can work on their bodies to try to be attractive to women. Everybody who goes to the gym is doing it to look attractive and sometimes health, but mainly attractiveness and for your exterior image, right? I don't want to like act like that's not the case here, but guys, if a girl is clearly not interested in you, but from what I understand, they did take pictures with this guy before this happened, so he might have thought like I was in, you know? They do need the drama for engagement too. And I think she's playing this up. I think she's kind of over dramatizing it a little bit by being like, oh my God, I'm so in shock. I'm just so in shock. Like, and now she's like, we did kind of come off looking bad by saying we could be mean to this guy. So what's the best thing I could do now? I'm going to play, you know, the feminist card. Like, this is what life's like for women. And yes, there's guys that are terrible at picking up women, and they just don't take no for an answer, and they're overly aggressive. Happens all the time. But I dislike the narrative that this like the insinuation that men are responsible for this. And she finishes off by saying, I will forever be thankful to Cena, Ray, and Emily and Rosie. Of course, Emily's the one who escalated this, for how they handled the situation and speaking about what we dealt with. They deserve so much love and support. And she got, of course, 83,000 likes for this. I want to see how the comments are reacting, though. So, AKA Face US, he's a huge, I guess, pro gamer, very, very right leaning. So, of course, you know, he's going to have something to say about this. This is what life is like for girls. This is how it is for most content creators of both genders. I get threats like this daily and get paid probably 50% of what you do. Save the pity. Go hire your own security. That's exactly how I feel. And I feel like guys who are content creators too, who are considered to be like incredibly handsome or incredibly wealthy, I'm sure they have girls coming up to them all the time trying to hit on them. This is not exclusive to a gender. I take exception to the point of her suggesting this only happens to girls. Like, look at Destiny. Destiny was just taking on anybody who came after him, though, so that was different. But you're a popular person. You're famous. People are going to want to know you. People are going to want to talk to you. That's just how it goes, guys. This guy, Deffy, says, look, I genuinely Look, I genuinely feel bad for Emiru, but this was handled poorly. Telling an Erecha and Kricha, I don't have a phone or I don't know how to use a phone isn't a solution. It's a weak stall tactic. These types don't just walk away when ignored. They fixate more. Mizkivs just beat him up or pepper spray him. Response is even worse. Escalation doesn't work against people who already don't register social boundaries. That is a great point. That is a well-stated paragraph right there. What about rich people who aren't rich? They get stalked too. Yeah, because people want money, right? So it's it's not a girls thing. It's a rich people, famous girl, famous guy thing as well. I responded to a comment earlier on Facebook, and when I saw the likes, it was over 100. I thought, wow, people do like me. Turns out it was someone else's post. Aw, poor Creed. Yeah, X is a weird place. It really is. It's hard to get noticed on there unless you're famous somewhere else. This is the inevitable reality of being a highly visible streamer. It's easy to pretend these people don't exist, but they aren't necessarily insane. They just hyperfixate, know how to get attention, and won't take simple no as an answer. That's exactly what I said, isn't it, guys? The solution isn't don't go outside or hope they go away. It's having trained security or someone who understands de-escalation tactics, because shutting down an Akricha without the right approach just makes them try harder. Protect yourself, but in the right way. Trust me, this is coming from a long history of thoughts on the matter. The Kreacha. I mean, I think that's a pretty based comment right there, because the girls, let's be honest, the streamer girls love the attention they get online when they're in the safety of their own home. Let's act like they do, but then when they're outside and guys can actually see them, it's a different story. So Postumius Maximus says, okay, feminists don't need protection, so I don't know where you're coming from here. You choose the bear. Fair point. To my fellow men, be better. I think the majority of men are like that, are not like this guy at all. Most men are cool, calm, and collected. Now, if a girl comes up to you and starts getting in your face and starts screaming at you, who knows how the guy's going to react, Because now you're putting the guy on the defensive. And if he's already mentally unhinged, chances are he's going to be, ready to throw down if he needs to. I kind of wanted to see what people responded to this guy. The first comment, fuck off, you don't speak for all men, white knight. True. This guy's like the guy that tells you he's really into feminist beliefs and then tries to, sleep with you that night. When your famous people feel like they know you, that's when it gets intrusive. Yep. I don't disagree with you, DSB. I think that a lot of people growing up feel that way. Postumius Maximus was in the Goofy movie. Oh, was he? I haven't seen that movie in a while, but that was a good flick. This guy says, bro, she's not sleeping with you. That's so true too. And then, of course, the conservative crazy stuff starts coming in. Grindle says, I'll translate. I'm a celebrity and went out live streaming without security, and a creepy guy said some words and lurked around. Fuck all men. Essentially, that's the vibe I'm getting here. How about raising money, hiring guards for Emiru for 3 months? 24/7 unarmed guard coverage, multiple guards. Hourly rate, $25 an hour. Weekly hours, 168. Guards, one guard works 40 hours a week max to avoid overtime. Okay, this guy's just being a little too calculated with his stuff. Carry a gun, train yourself to use it. Anyone else is saying otherwise is just wrong. Jesus Christ, here we go again. Shoot him! Shoot! I'm sure. I already see how these comments are gonna go. Really, you're gonna kill that guy? Sadly, they were in California and would have went to jail for murder. They have no stand your ground laws and no self-defense. So the court, blah, blah, blah. There's a new gun out. I've just seen an ad for it. Non-lethal and fires pepper balls. No background check either. Hopefully gets around to one of these dumbass places. Or tell people not to do what that guy did. higher security. They're e-girls who make a fortune off weirdo incels. Like, let's come to terms. The reality and take the appropriate cautions is insane. Yes, they do basically make their living off of using simps to pay for their lifestyle. It's not a shock that one of these simps found their way into their lives during a live stream, you know? Y'all should look into firearms training. Again, shoot people. Buy a gun. Shoot people. See, this is what I hate. I hate get a gun. Like, first off, if they shot that guy, they'd all go to jail for murder. He wasn't, like, he was yelling at him, but the other girl escalated, so he would have a defense claim there. Just like the other girl said before. It seems like she's the only person being reasonable in this. So sorry this happened to you, Emmy. Take Baldy with you next time. I think it applies to all content creators who have any level of fame. People get swatted just because they wore the wrong hat. Stalking is doxing. Doxing is wrong. Swatting is wrong. No one should be doing any of them. And I totally agree. Whew. All right, we got one more story to talk about, so let's get ready to do it. But that wraps up the Emiru, Valkyrie, Emily, and whoever the other girl was situation. Final thoughts on it, get security. It pretty much comes to that, But if you go out unguarded and a weirdo, creepy guy comes up to you and talks to you after that's what type of people you've been targeting with your online career, you can't be surprised what happens next. That's all I'm going to say. Daddy Scammy says that pepper ball gun is not practical to carry. I've seen it. Also, in California, you can't use pepper balls, only rubber. Wow, sounds like both would hurt pretty bad. The pepper balls would make them blind and probably hurt like a bitch. Oh, that's right, Soul. Okay. Hang on. Let me go check out what she wrote here. So if anybody's interested in helping out Pecan Head's family in these trying times, we'll give you some information on how you might be able to do that. Soul, I don't see. Did you put it in my inbox? Where did you put it? So I know where to find it. Or do you want to just hop on and say it? I'm just curious how you want to approach this. I feel like we need to normalize getting security when you're an influencer. It does not show you're weak. It shows you care about your life. Yes. Again, I think it was a mistake for those girls to go out by themselves, but I guess, they forgot they forgot what it's like to be famous or something. I think being famous has its perks, and I think that it would probably be pretty fun to be famous, but at the same time, I don't think that it would be fun to be so famous that you get, like, mobbed everywhere you go. And it doesn't seem like they were getting mobbed, but it definitely seems like they caught the eye of just somebody who you probably would rather not catch the eye of, if that makes sense. She said there was no link. Yeah. Okay, there she is down there. Hang on one second. I'm going to bring Soul in here. Soul, let me see if I can drag you up here real quick. Can you speak? Can you unmute yourself? Are you able to do that? If not, I'll just go down to... Oh, you know what? I think I figured out how to do this. Because I have to do this thing in permissions to allow people to talk here. But you're right there. There you are. I don't know what happened. Something happened with this where... people can't come into they can't unmute themselves anymore. This is so weird. It really is. I don't permission's not synced with category. Hang on, I just want to try. I want to see if I can fix this real quick, because I think I did get this working with Advocatus the other day. Speak allows members to talk in this voice channel. All right, let me see if this works here. Oh, there. Yeah, she was able to unmute herself now. Great. Can you hear me, Soul? Wait, I'm on the wrong thing. Hang on. Let me drop out and jump back into the other Discord. I'm in the wrong computer. No wonder you can't hear me. All right. Now you can hear me, Soul.
I can hear you. Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't know. I know I was trying to kind of create some permissions before for you. So I might have said something, but I didn't think that. Anyway, we can take a look at it.
I knew I was able to get Avocados on here because you know why I like using this particular voice channel, right? Because this is the live on air one, and the goal was, and for a while it was perfect. I was able to just drag people up and they could unmute and talk. And now all of a sudden, that's not the case. So we'll have to figure out what's going on with this channel so that we can drag people out from the stream request line. Whoever want to call in and talk. By the way, if you guys are ever interested in coming on stream and you guys want to share in some type of argument or give your perspective on the topic that we talked about, just go into my Discord, hop in stream request line live when you see my name in live streaming voice, and I should be able to drag you up and bring you on air.
Yeah, just make sure you stay on mute until you do.
Yeah.
So if he's talking or something, you're good.
I can always just mute them too if they
Oh, that's true. I might have had a setting like that for your live but I know that your guests I didn't do anything to. So
I just
anyway,
turn down. Yeah, I'll
at
just
it.
turn down your volume on you until there's nothing. Then the stream can't hear you. You'll be talking into the void.
Yeah.
I
No
would
worries.
never do that to you though, Saul. Ever. You know that.
Oh, I talk a lot, so I try to be respectful. But yeah, what's going on is that basically, they want to keep, Mrs. Pecan's email, like for PayPal kind of private, and I think that that's certainly respectable.
Yep.
And I've been, that's why I've been gone from stream. I've been trying to work with his, with Fungi Media's people to try to figure out a way to get donos over there. And certainly that's why I said, please DM me if you're interested, so I kind of get an idea of how much or how many people want to donate. Because if it's like one or two people and it's a small amount, I mean, certainly that's okay. I just did a donation to her, myself, because that was a huge loss for us. But that's just kind of what I'm trying to figure out. I'm waiting until tomorrow if we can find a way, because unfortunately some of the ways that we're coming up with give out personal information. I'm not giving out my personal information as well. I'm sure it doesn't take a genius to figure out why. But that's the holdup, and I apologize for that. It's just not as simple as, hey, there's this generic link. With the way the world is, we have to attach our name, social security number. Everything gets attached to money, and rightfully so. But I wish there was a way we didn't have to give that out, because I don't want my personal information out there. So
yeah,
that's the
most
holdup.
of us don't.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the holdup, and I apologize for that. It's not like I'm trying to be funny. It's just I'm trying to be very respectful. And me, as soon as I hear something, I will post it in the Discord. But if you are interested, just please send me a DM, so I understand kind of what we're looking at. Because again, if it's like, one person, two people, not that much, I don't need to go to all that work. I did a donation. I can do a donation on our behalf, because that's kind of, what I do for the community. But if you do want to make a donation, just let me know, please. That's all I ask.
Yeah, and another thing too is what we could do is we find out if they do get something set up, then we can use that as like a way to generate some donations, like through a live stream or something like that once it's set up. Obviously, this is all so fresh. It just happened. Everybody's still reeling from it. So sometimes these things take a little while to get going. But I assure you, if something does happen, or we get some information we can pass along, we certainly will in the Discord.
Yeah, Care Bear. Yep, absolutely. Doing everything that we can. But yeah, it's just big that we respect, Pecan's family's privacy. We respect, Fungi Media and the other scam baiters. There's a lot of people who've been very close to him, and they need their time to grieve. And we just have to be super respectful of that. And that's, I think we're doing a good job. But yeah, I know it's a difficult time.
I mean, you saw how moved I was, and I didn't know him nearly as well as these guys have, and I can only imagine how hurt and pain they're in right now, and our heart goes out to you guys, and obviously you guys know if you need anything, we're here for you.
Yeah, yeah, and I know, it's some people probably a little touchy about things because I know in your chat, we had somebody kind of questioning you how long you'd known him, and I don't think that that's important. I think what's important is, it doesn't matter. I know I didn't know him all that long. I knew of him. I talked about how I had been told that he wasn't, a good person, and I've talked to him, personally about that. Talked on the stream with you, EG, and him, and he totally turned my, I mean, I don't like people to tell me what to think,
No,
but
you
I
know,
think he's a wonderful person.
you know how we do things on this channel.
Mhm.
We do not judge people until we talk to them. And then whatever
Yeah.
our interaction is with them, regardless of other people's experiences, we can only use our own interactions with on how we view people. And he's always been incredibly supportive, incredibly sweet to us. So as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care if people want to say, if anybody wants to make fun of me for like being upset that a guy who I thought was awesome passed away tragically, and I was upset about that, it doesn't matter how long I knew him. I could have just met him this morning, and if he inspired me, and then I found out later someone tragically died, I have every right to be upset about it too. Plus, you guys know me. I wear my heart on my sleeve here. I don't exactly fake a lot of stuff here. What you see is what you get with me. I'm not playing a character. I do take my personality and kind of, amp it up a little bit. But for the most part, like, I am the person that you guys see on this. I'm not Hassan Piker. I'm not a propagandist. I share, one day I love Trump. The next day I'm like, what the was he doing? I'm just that way. I have to be genuine to how I feel, because if I don't, I feel lost, and then I feel regret,
Yeah.
Master Toothpick says
No,
anyone who heard him speak for the heart knew him long enough to know we need more people like that. Exactly. And that's the point, Master Toothpick, right? I don't care, if people want to make fun of me and say, oh, you didn't even know him that long. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. How I grieve and how I view my interactions with someone is none of your business. It does not matter, okay? Get your own stream, talk about it the way you want to, and spare us the lecturing. I didn't see that going on, but I promise you, if somebody was giving me a hard time about it, I probably would have been pretty mean, to be honest with you, because I was in
Yeah.
I was in emotional mode that moment. But
It doesn't. I think that just, being your admin, being kind of the connection to people, not trying to be funny here, but I think what I would say to that is I understand that people want to be possessive or, kind of be like, I knew him longer or
yeah,
whatever. I get that happens.
it
That is
happens
human
all the
nature, but
time.
it isn't what's important right now. Everybody, we're not, this is not a competition. This is just, hey, he came on here. I mean, to me, I had wanted to talk about Mater Paul and he jumps on and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I had no
Finally y'all
idea
be
who he
talking about
was.
Zoe.
I didn't know
I
who he
know, but
was.
now you do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sent me
he's a
the
great
video.
guy.
Yeah, you sent me the
I did.
video, and I was like, "Oh, this. Yeah, okay, we could talk about this." And then he popped in the chat, and then we talked, and it was a good conversation. And then we kept talking in inboxes afterwards, and started planning some ideas on some collabs that we could do. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm an emotional. I can be an emotional guy sometimes. Like I care about people, which is why this channel is mostly dedicated to people and how they behave and what they do. And as somebody who sees the worst of people every day online, just because that's the nature of the channel, if I see a guy that's doing the right thing and then is tragically taken from us, you better believe I'm going to be fucking upset about that. If anybody thinks that that was some kind of act or some kind of way for me to work myself up to be able to do that, I wish I had that acting ability. I probably would have pursued acting if that was the case. But no, I'm not somebody who can do that on a dime. I have to be incredibly moved in a moment to be able to I don't cry a lot. I don't. I'm not a guy who does a lot of crying, but when I do, it's usually, and again, you're talking to a guy who's lost so many people every best friend I've ever had, almost, okay, 95% of the best friends I've ever had are no longer with us because of drugs. So, it hits me a little harder, just to see more people die. If you've seen as many people die as I have, who were so young, so amazing, you would understand where I'm coming from. And I don't expect everyone to understand. And in fact, I don't even care if you understand, because it's not for you to understand. It's my process. It's how I handle things. It's how I choose to talk about it. I didn't come on here with the plan of getting upset. I came on here with a plan of trying to just be like, yo, man, this really sucks. And then out of nowhere, I just, found myself in an incredible, I felt embarrassed at first when I started tearing up, So, I just wanted to clear that up. I'm not like trying to win no Academy Award or anything like that. Like those were genuine. And if you think that that's not good enough because I didn't know them as well as others, and I've been saying this whole stream that I don't have, like, don't look to me for any information because I don't have it. Talk to Fungi. Talk to the guys that have been around him 24/7. All I can do is speak to the man I met so short, like for such a short period of time, made plans to continue to work with, and then had him, tragically taken from us. That's a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck of a situation to be in. And I can only, I've been in similar situations where I've seen people who I've known for a long time do it and lose their lives, and it sucks, but it's the internet. People are going to troll. It's like Jsaw says, you're entitled to feel and express whatever you want to. Yep. And we do that on this channel, and we're unapologetic about it. We really are.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say don't worry about it. I mean, I understand emotions are running high and, you just kind of stumbled across them because I sent you those videos, but, I've been deeply connected. I mean, and again, people want to quantify it with time and stuff like that. Well, I don't. I spent long periods of time with Ray. Ray had said, I love Soul and Luna, and I get that. I don't care about how long I knew the man. Again, we all have our own unique experiences, and that's what's important. To have a competition about that, quite frankly, is petty and it's inappropriate in a time when someone's gone.
And it says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. If you're upset that that someone else is upset, like about someone you knew better passing away, then I think that you should probably like maybe take some time and inner reflection and figure out what the fuck is wrong with you. Because
right.
just because I'm upset and crying about someone who I thought was an awesome dude passing away, it's not a competition, people. It's not. It's like, it's so stupid. Like people. I don't know. Like,
Oh, just don't.
I knew him longer. Like it's the dumbest thing. And I've had people do that, right? Like especially on Facebook. It happens all the time on Facebook. When someone passes away, you'll have people come out of the woodwork posting like these really moving quotes about like the person, and a lot of it can come off as really fake. And maybe it's because I'm sitting here on stream and I have a camera in my face that it looks disingenuous. But I again, that anybody who watches me knows that I don't do that shit. Like most of the time, this is a comedic channel. We have fun. We try to laugh, but we also look at real life. And to be honest, I wish I would have done that before I came on. But you never know when that's going to hit you. You never know when the reality of a situation like that is going to hit you. I remember when I was in senior year, I had never dealt with death at this point. I was in high school, and my girlfriend's dad that I just started dating, I was only with her for 2 weeks. Her dad died of cancer. I never met the guy. But I cried my eyes out when he passed away because my heart broke for her so much, in that moment. So, I'm not, who knows what brought me to tears. It might not be the fact that it could just be the message that I felt he was sending to people, or my heart breaks for the people who were even closer with him. But if I try to analyze this stuff, it takes away from the whole freaking point of even talking about it? Like I kind of am annoyed a bit that I even have to
I can
justify
tell.
this, but it's like I'm
No,
in one hand I'm embarrassed. I cried during the stream, but on the other hand, it's like that was probably the realest moment I've had online since I've started doing this. That was where the entertainer drops and you see the very human side of who I am. And I don't think you'll see me cry often, but there just happened to be something that kind of hit close to home for this channel, and it's really sad. And I cared about the guy. I thought he was awesome. I thought he was fucking cool. You ever go to a party and you meet someone there who you just whether it's the same sex or it's the opposite sex, like you find a bro who's just all into all the same things you are, and you're just really vibing hard, and then like you're sad when it's over, right? It's the human. It's like Dave in the Phoenix says, there is no embarrassment in crying. You're human. I'm a human being. I don't know how I'm gonna handle things, right? And this is all live. This is all live. I thought I was gonna come on here and just say a couple like nice words, then we were gonna get right into the Amoranth thing. I had no idea that was gonna take that direction. So, and again, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I'm not gonna justify it anymore. For anybody I just wanted to make sure that anybody knew that if you think that was some type of performative thing, you are absolutely wrong, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
yeah, well, I know how I feel when I get on here and I start talking. I get passionate about it, and I mean, good words. And I think that that does send the message that again, I know that people want to quantify, and there's like a competition for some weird reason, but that's not what this is about. That's not what we're about. And I do believe that if anybody felt that way, that in the heat of the moment they may say things, but once they cool down, they'll kind of go through the embarrassment of realizing that they got all hot to trot. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I spent 6 hours chatting with him one night, and he contacted me, and it wasn't very long, but what I was trying to do was go up against Ray, and he gave my voice a sound. He gave me validation when EG, what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going through so much shit with these the stalkers and oh god, it's awful. And I don't have much, but I like I said, I did donate to his wife, and I felt like that's what I could do to give back.
Yeah.
He didn't want money, and that's not what this is about. But no, we're working on it. We're seeing what we can do to respect privacy, because again, we have trolls, and I have someone that wants to just never leave me alone, so I'm not giving my information out, and
I know
we'll just work with it.
My mods hog all the trolls. Like they skip.
You want one?
They skip
Please take one.
They skip right past me and go right after my mods. It's like they don't have any interest in messing with me. They're just like, you know what? No, not easy. You know what? I'm going after Rajira. It's like, why? Like, she's just hanging out in the chat. What is
I don't know. Well, one of them's followed me for let's see, 4 years now. And that one was going after Raj too. So
well, that's dedication. That's dedication.
Yeah, I know. We live rent free in their head. Like,
imagine if they dedicated that to like something productive for their own life. They'd probably be pretty successful.
Bro, I think at this point, I figured a week of their time has been spent just creating accounts to harass me alone.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know what Raj has gone through.
We've banned them, and they come back in 5 seconds with a new one. You're like, how? How did you even go and start how many emails do you have?
Yeah. Well, no, it's nothing to have like 14, 16 accounts in a day come after me, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. I just roll my eyes anymore. Like, you're pathetic. So that's why I'm trying to be like, I just don't want to give out my information, because I'm sorry, I don't know all of y'all personally, and this person's tried to pretend to be other people, and it's just like, you're so lame, go away. But anyway,
Blue Jay just screwed herself. Blue Jay just said she doesn't have any trolls. Guess who they're coming after next? The bluest of Jays.
Oh boy, Blue Jay, you don't want to go there.
You're gonna have somebody. You're gonna have somebody with a screen name the reddest of Jays coming after Blue Jay.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's just dumb, and I mean that's just the world we live in. Plus, when you do scam baiting, or if you work with scam baiters, you have to be very careful, because there are very bad entities out there that will try to come after you, and they don't actually scare me as much as like having what I've gone through, even though I'm good now. So I just want to say this real quick. I'm gonna hog your stream. To the people that are coming after me, I mean, you can bring it, But you know, at 3 a.m., you're the ones that are looking at yourselves in the mirror going, oh man, I did that to that person. I did that to her.
Sad
She
thing
didn't
is,
deserve it.
I don't think they care. They look at themselves in the
And
mirror and go,
obviously,
I'm
okay,
a
hold
bad
on.
bitch. Look at me. I am
Well,
so
they
funny.
do.
I am such a
They do
troll. You're
that.
so bad, girl. You are so bad. Like, that's what they do when they're looking in the mirror. And you're just like, wow, it's fucking, that's
No, they're just
lame.
hoping the police. They're hoping they don't get caught. They're lying, and they're hoping they don't get caught because they know.
Yeah. And now I got Davion Phoenix. He says that anybody who messes with our people has to challenge him to a one-on-one duel. That used to be a law back in the day. If someone challenged you to a duel, you had to accept
Shoot.
it.
I mean, you got like 5 or 6 females that are just like melting down all because I'm happy and they're jealous. Okay. Anyway, no, that's taking us away from what we're trying to do. But we kid. But anyway, yeah, I apologize for the privacy, but you can see that when you're online, you have to have you just have to be very careful. And obviously, this whole issue is very sensitive for people. They don't want people going out there. They want their chance to have a tribute and say their words. So they don't want people contacting his wife. Just keep it respectful. That's all I can say. Being a member of Fun Guy's family a little bit. I mean, I've known of him for a long time, but I just kind of jumped into the scam baiting. And
Yeah, and again, the way I got involved in scam baiting was so just kind of accidental. Like the story, a story just kind of fell on my lap, and I kind of took advantage of it. And I'm not a scam baiter. I'm really not. How many times have you guys seen me scam bait on this channel?
None.
Exactly, because I'm not.
I did last week.
Yeah, you did.
I did it. I'm a scam baiter now.
You've
Cool.
done more
Okay,
scam baiting than me. You've done, so I'm not trying to ingratiate myself into the scam baiting community. I never tried to pretend to be a scam baiter. I was planning on doing scam baiting with Pecan Head because we thought it would be super fun, and I wanted someone who could be there to kind of do the technical stuff while I just kind of messed with scammers. And he was so excited for it, and I was so excited for her, and it really sucks that we'll never get a chance to do it. But again, it's just it's a shitty situation. It brings out like grief. Everybody handles grief in different ways, but I will tell you, if you're upset about how upset I got, like I don't know what to tell you. I mean, again, people handle grief in different ways, so I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge, but if somebody was,
they're grieving too.
If somebody was upset about, dude, I remember I used to work at a bank, and this lady, she was like such an awesome lady, dude. Her name was Linda. She was like just like this, woman in her 70s who just wanted to get another job because she retired from her other one, and she just didn't want to like sit around and waste away. So she worked at the bank with us. We had to do a training in Philadelphia, and which is like we're in the suburbs, so it's not a quick drive there. Or no, it wasn't Philly. It was in Villanova or something. Her car broke down halfway there, and this woman, so dedicated to getting to this damn training, walked 10 miles to get to this training and came in halfway late and said, sorry, my car broke down, but I tried to get here as fast as I could. This is like before Uber and all that stuff. So she walked and just to get there, and she ended up passing away. And I remember I went to her funeral, and I was sobbing, crying, and her nephew happened to be a guy I used to do music with back in the day, and he wasn't crying at all. And I remember he just walked up to me, and he was just like, wow, she must have meant a lot to you, huh? And it's like, and I just think of I'm a glass half full guy, so I always see like the good in people. So if people have predominantly good character traits, I see a lot more in them than I would typically see in like, a half and half person. And that moves me, like, I don't know. I know that we do a lot of like criticizing on this channel and stuff, but I want the best for people, even if you're like a total piece of crap. How many times did I say that, I was busted on Cam Nuggets, and eventually be like, oh no, I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and it's just like kind of like me pulling myself back from the letting the commentary drama take over, and just reminding myself that like, this is not who you really are or nor who you'd really like to be. So maybe calm yourself down. But I remember he was like it was her family member, and I was 10 times more upset than he was. And I don't know. I guess it kind of reminds me of a situation like that. It's like he knew her his whole life, but yet I was still more upset about her. And it's not even like I'm more upset. It's just like maybe I'm more expressive about my sadness. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
It's not about who's more upset. It's about how you express grief. And for me, I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I've never denied that. I've never denied it. Thank you, Creed. Hope you have a nice night.
Well, to make you feel better, I think, and I'm just gonna jump in here. I apologize,
No,
but
you're good. You're
you
good.
know, I've done that too. Like at a funeral for my uncle's brother, who I didn't know. I sobbed and stubbed. It just hit me, and I think that that's everybody shows it in different ways at different times. It's in different levels. It can be all condensed and it just hits you. Because I know I told you this morning and you had to be at work and stuff and you had to come on and you just process it. Like I cried last night. Fungi, luckily he called me, and because I had sent Picon a message and I wasn't ever going to hear from him, and I sent him another one, you know and that was my final one because I knew at that point, and it was heartbreaking. I cried a lot. I cried today. I'm not crying now because I've cried, and
Yeah, and
I think that
and you can tell like after you've had that cry, you kind of pull yourself together a little bit and you move on, because that's really the only thing you can do. But you know what I think it was is I was fine until I read his last words to me, and I think that's what set me over the edge. Because before that, I was yelling at the dog. I'm like, stop, stop barking, dog.
Oh man,
You
yeah, my
know?
cat Soul does that to me all the time.
So that was like
Well,
such a strange
yeah.
180. It's not like
You
I
don't
had
have to
to sit there and work
apologize to
myself up.
people.
But
You're okay. And don't worry about, I think you've gotten a great message across, and I'm sure the person feels very humble. I know that, again, the people who knew him, the people in his circles, they know and they care. And it's just, again, it's just we need to allow them to have their tribute and speak out. That's what I was asked. And so I'm just trying to keep it very, low key to be respectful of that. And I know that, it's your stream. You can definitely say what you want because other people have too.
yeah. And
But
the
yeah, if someone wants
creator,
to come in,
and I know I talked to you about this, but like the creator in me instantly wants to be like, I need to tell everybody how amazing this guy was. Like, and you want to get right. And then you're like, okay, wait. Like you can't, you gotta give time. You gotta let it breathe. But like, this is what I do, right? So what do people fall back on when they're upset? They fall back on what they know. And this is what I know. Master Toothpick has a nice thing. He says, I have been reading the Discord since I woke up new moon and just been lurking the stream. His confessional at the end of his Ray video instantly connected me with him. I know I don't know him, and I think that that's a fair assumption. Like, but after that I felt like I knew him for years. And that's all it takes. Like I feel like I agree 100%. Like I felt like Pecan had, like, it's just one of them guys who you meet and you feel like you've known him forever, right? Because that's how fluid the conversations are, and that's how much laughs you have together. You just feel like you knew the guy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, he shared, and I don't, I'm not gonna talk about it unless I get permission or anything like that because again, it is very private. But he did share with me, his hospital paperwork, and he wanted me to look at the codes, and I did, and I told him what I could tell him because I am a medical coder, like I've said before, like I said on stream with him. And my only regret is I didn't tell him like to go to the emergency room, but I can't live in regret because I made sure I was like asking him, okay, what medications do they have you on, and what treatments are you trying to do, that type of thing. And we just have to go forward.
There's no way you could have
And
ever
again,
saw that coming, Soul. And
yeah,
Kerberry,
well, I know. But
You're very welcome. Dude, there was a time, one of my close friends who passed away, he used to never want to go down to Kensington without me. One, because I drove, and two, because, I don't know, I resuscitated him like 3 times with Narcan
oh
before.
man,
And he told me, because I'm afraid to go down there by myself because I'm afraid I'm going to die. And I've never told this story online ever. And I remember one time I was driving back from Kensington with him, and he's overdosing next to me, and I'm driving down 95, and I'm trying to, like, right in front of the Eagle Stadium, and I'm trying to, like, I didn't have any Narcan at that time, so I'm pouring water on him. I'm slapping his chest as hard as I can, just trying to wake him up. Cars next to me see me doing this, and they're rolling their windows down, screaming at me like, dude, like, go to the hospital. And at that point, like, I'm carrying drugs. I'm like, I ain't going to no hospital, right? And I think that's where that law came in, where now you can drop people off, no questions asked. They won't search you or anything like that, because I think a lot of people felt the same way at that time. Now, keep in mind, this was before a lot of people knew more about the disease side of addiction. But I remember the last time I spoke to him, I was on my way into rehab, and he calls me. He goes, "Yo, man, you want to go cop?" That means go by, right? And I was like, "Dude, I'm going in." Like, he goes, "Oh man," he's like, "Is there any way you can get away?" And I'm like in the passenger seat. My mom's driving me. I'm like, "Dude, there's no way I'm getting out of this car. Like, I'm going to rehab. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not kicking my mom out of the car to come pick you up." And he said, "All right, man." He goes, "Again, I'm just really scared that I'm gonna die." And I said, "Well, then don't do it." And 2 days into my stay at rehab, I got a call that he died. So, um, that was, and I went through my head a million times. I'm like, would he have lived if I did go that day, or if my day was put off one day later? Like, would I've saved him? But at that point I had already saved him like 3 times, and I think that he was just kind of, I think that he would have just eventually died either way, because he was so, the drug had such a hold over him. Like, he didn't want to get better. He romanticized the rebelliousness of being an addict, right? Like the buying of the drugs. He'd always try to, like, talk about the opium plants, where they came from, and, like, kind of like a guy that's brewing beer. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that that's, like, kind of how that works, but okay, and um I beat myself up about that for a long time, until I finally realized that, like, I could have taken him 100 times, and eventually it would have happened for him, because he was just, I mean, that's the lifestyle he chose to live. He never wanted to change it. And I got to go to the first Eagles Super Bowl parade with him, and it was like one of the most fun days I've ever had in my life. We chased that parade through that whole city, and I'll have that memory. I'll be able to cherish that memory forever. But I can't carry the weight on my shoulders anymore of being like, why was I in rehab when he was dying? And because you just hope, and you never expect it to happen to and unfortunately, that people, it does happen. It does happen, and you can only, like, that's what I tell you guys. Like, it's a miracle that I'm even sitting here talking to you, because, like, I've died like 3 times. I'm not kidding when I say that. Like, it is a miracle that I am sitting here talking on this microphone right now, and not, in the ground, because of just the lifestyle that I lived for 15 years when I was out there doing that kind of shit. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. Now I'm so, like, I love my life now. I really, really do.
Oh, we love you, EG. And I mean, I just want to say, like, just like you're not alone, this is probably the biggest thing I can say is, I know, Mrs. Pecan, she feels alone. She feels, devastated. And again, we're not reaching out to her. This is just, if she ever wants to hear this, people can share that we've said this. She's not alone. All of us, all of our hearts are hurting. I know, EG, you've done a wonderful job of expressing how your community feels, speaking for us. And, certainly your experiences, you've more than validated. If anybody questions anything, you've done I don't know, whatever grandiose word you can put in there. You're doing a fabulous job of explaining that.
Master
And
Toothpick.
she's not alone.
Master Toothpick said, "Who else wants to hear EG cry again, so we can say I'm not crying, you're crying."
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's really hard to have to lose somebody. I mean, I have a lot of empathy myself. When I heard last night, it was the last thing I expected. Normally when you streamers want to contact me, it's like, oh, something's going on here.
I
Girl.
know. And when
And
you
that's the last
text
I
me,
expected.
when you message me, I'm always like, oh, there's drama in the Discord, and I remember I
No,
read it and I said, I was like, you're fucking with me, dude. Stop. It's too early to be messaging.
I
It's
don't
too
fuck with
early.
you.
I
No,
know.
I don't.
I know, but that was
I
my
send you good things.
that was my
Come on.
denial stage of
I know.
every time you hear it, you're like, no, that's not real. That ain't real. I'm sure if anybody
Yeah.
lost somebody unexpectedly, that's so you can always think of that. Like it's the first. No, no. He's just
Yeah.
playing a prank on me. That he'll pop in the inbox anytime now and be like, gotcha. And
Yeah.
fortunately, it's I wish that was the case.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I
N-
just,
You're
you know,
cool.
his wife is, she's just not alone. We all feel that way. And I need to say this for myself personally. I used to, Ray, and I know I'm going to taint this with Ray. Some people don't even like to hear him. Like, don't put that cockroach in there. I hear you, but I just want to say this. Um, I used to be like, oh, Ray's a hero because we'd watch the zombie games. We always play the zombie games. I got so into that stuff. He'd go kill all the people and stuff. I was really behind that man. That's why I got really pissed off and was trying to do what I could for Pecan to help tell them what I could and whatnot. I know everybody's telling their stories, but you know this is what I'm gonna say. Ray, you're not a hero, okay? I
No,
I
far
know
from
we had
it.
good times, right? But the real hero of this story is Pecan because look at how all of us. I mean, this one man brought this huge. Like, I don't know how many. Is there like 1,000 people? And all the people that he worked with Fungi and all the other guys to save, Fungi Pecan told me about about 2,500 people at least in one connection thing, and that's just the beginning. It's just tip of the iceberg. So, there are so many people. Like I told Mrs. Pecan today, on Fun Guys Discord, I said, you may feel like you're one set of footsteps walking. He's walking next to you, and all the rest of us are walking. There are thousands of footsteps walking alongside you.
Mm.
You're not alone, and he was a real hero and, I'm not gonna stop my fight that he took up torch. He had the guts, to go after somebody who, and it's not just, him was all scammers, but, to speak out to Ray. And Ray, if you hear this, you need to take, a piece of this and take it inside of you and realize you need to be more humble. That's what Pecan was trying to do. He didn't hate you. He wasn't in your streams trolling you. Probably Joey, and I warned you about Joey last summer, so you're a fool, but anyway, whatever, do you.
Me.
But you know, but and then I'll just keep it short. But like for real, look at this, look at yourself in the mirror and look at what Pecan was able to do. And hopefully, like again, you can hear our voices, hear Pecan's voice, through that microphone, that megaphone, and change yourself. That would be huge for him. You're not the biggest thing in his world. You were just one of the last things he dealt with. And
I mean,
you need to open up your
that would
mind.
be a big move for him to like come out and be like,
Mhm.
listen, I know what happened. First off, my sympathies to the family, but I've taken into consideration a lot of what what his messaging was, and I think that he's right, and I'm going to do better, and that's all he's got to say, and I think that he would win a lot of people back over, but his pride
Yeah.
will get in the way, and he will, and I almost can guarantee that'll never happen. And if it does, Butterpaw, I will eat
Well,
my words, but I do
we
not
believe
see that
we believe in
happening.
people. Pecan wanted us to believe in people, and I believe in Ray too. And Maya's right, Zombie Horde Killer. She was in those streams with me. So last thing I'm gonna say about Ray for this right now, because we don't want to taint Ray. You don't get that big of a microphone, but boy, you need to
I'm
like
almost
take
done.
a look at what's going on here. You need to be humble. You need to eat a big old piece of humble pie, and you need to understand that. Oh, it's not. Oh, Pecan, he's gone. So yay, I get to do whatever I want. No, we are all watching you. Every single one of us is watching you.
Yep.
You don't. It's not like Pecan's gone. He's in all of us, and we are all very upset. And if you do anything, you gloat, you tee hee, you talk shit about Pecan, oh boy,
Yeah,
we will make sure
you're
you
gonna
understand
you're gonna
this.
wish for the days where it was just him watching you, criticizing.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, he's never been in your streams harassing you. You went in his streams and harassed him. Do not even go there. So just check yourself at the door. And that's me speaking from being in Ray's streams, and the having people tell me that he's a bad guy. I'm not listening to that. I don't care for friends. I don't care if you never want to speak to me anymore. I'm not listening to you. I'm a grown ass woman. I can make up my own mind. Don't tell me what to think. We've
Yeah.
been here before.
Listen,
But yeah,
if somebody tells you he was a bad guy, and you just go, well, that wasn't my experience, and that's all I can go off of is mine. You can tell me
100%.
whatever the hell you want. Take Tipster, for instance. How many people told me like that guy was the worst? And I sat down and talked to him. Now he's like, I talk to him all the time. Like, he's a chill dude. He's never treated me disrespectfully, and he could, because my political takes are a lot different than his, but he's always like stand up dude with me. So, I'm sure that he could have had bad experiences and bad exchanges with people in the past, but I'm only, and I mean this, I'm only gonna judge from what I directly experienced, because that's all I can go off of. Maybe you got him on bad day. Maybe you got him on good day. Maybe he was mean to you, but he wasn't to me. So what do why would I be upset about that? I'm not going to get angry and be like, oh, you know what? I'm taking back everything I said because one person told me this person was this way,
Well, and on that, I want to just say that we would do the same thing for Ray if he turned over, if he came and he apologized and he was like, hey, I realize I've been wrong. I want to make it right type of thing. I mean, we went through that with Pierogi, and that's Pecan. Pecan has said himself that he has done some, things in his past that were not the greatest. He's been to prison, whatnot. I know more people, obviously have more stories. I'm not going to go into the dark, but we are this whole community, scam baiting, obviously EG yours. We are a community of redemption, forgiveness. Like, Tipster's been cool with you. I get that there's probably stuff in his past. We all have, skeletons in our closets, demons that we've had to face. But it's about facing them. It's about turning the mirror back on yourself, walking a mile in other people's shoes, and being humble. It's huge. And, again, if Ray would do it, we wouldn't be understanding. We'd extend the same thing. But until you do, no, man, no. Don't be sitting there running your mouth playing victim when, oh, I'm sorry you have some medical issues. I do too. Every other people do. Y'all know I've got, big old bill. I don't even care. I donate, to y'all, and fuck it. I don't, whatever.
That's
But
right. Fuck it.
it's like,
Let's go.
I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. It's just the way it is. But it's like, to me, I think that, for him to sit there and cry about his hernia and his throat dilation, and obviously we've seen the cracks in that and it's fake. And you look at what Pecan went through and how humble he was at the end. His issues were so damn serious.
Yeah.
And the man just lost his life. And it's like,
He
are
never
you
brought
fucking
it. He
kidding me?
never brought it up once. It's like,
Right. He
you
was
know what it
very
reminds
humble.
me of? Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman was suffering from colon cancer, and in Hollywood he never told anybody because he didn't want to be treated differently. And whereas so many people would look at like Boogie 2988, can't wait to tell you got cancer, right? But
Wait, is that the guy who did the Wakanda guy?
yes,
What's his,
yeah, he was the Black Panther.
thank you.
Yeah,
I was thinking Phantom. I got the wrong one.
And he like Chadwick Boseman didn't want anybody to know because he wanted to be treated differently, and that shows you the type of character that man was compared to, say, and not, I've talked to Boogie. Boogie's always been nice to me, but Boogie was like in a rush to go tell people he might have cancer, because he was like, oh, victim card, and he, that just shows you the difference in character. Some people can't wait to be victims. Some people want nothing. Some people do everything they can to not be a victim. And
Yeah, I mean, and Carla says that she's been watching, Ray since 2021. I mean, yeah, he can be a lot of fun. He really can. I get it. And that's why some people are still in his streams, and they may not be aware of this, or they may not want to get involved. I understand. And, I try to be respectful of that, but I'm speaking to Ray when I speak to him because I know I can see what he's doing, and it's just making me mad. Like, apparently now, oh God, let me just finish. On Friday he streamed, and the person, old soul, sorry old soul, but hey, I have donated many times to the $5 say my name through YouTube, and poor old soul at the end of the stream was like, hey Ray, you didn't say my name. And Ray, to cover up his embarrassment, he was like, oh, well, you have to do it through PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Venmo. And I just sat there like stupefied, like almost screaming through the screen, like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Don't do that. What? It's 350 because you get 30% taken out. So 350, you can't do it. You did it for me so many times. Like, don't be that person, Ray. Please hear our voices. I don't care how many times we have to say it.
He's
That's
gonna
what
lose.
Pecan
He's
wanted.
gonna lose everything he has, and it's all gonna be because his ego. 100%. I could never imagine treating you like that. Any of you like that. Like, what do you think I'd do, Saul? I'd be like, Saul, come on, get on here. Like, come on stream. Like, that's like what I realize that every one of you is a human being. And this might sound like I'm glazing y'all, and I might be, but I guess I'm
You need to
feeling
glaze us.
I guess I'm feeling some type of way, like loss can bring this out in people, but I don't look at you guys as screen names. Like I see the people who are behind the screen names. I realize you guys all have families. I realize you guys all have important things that you guys all do, but yet you still elect to take time to hang out with me. And I don't take that for granted, and I never will. And I don't care if there's 1,000 people in the chat or one person watching. I'm always gonna treat everybody as appreciative as It might be harder with 1,000 people because the chat would be scrolling so fast, but I realize y'all are sacrificing your time to come and hang out, and it's a mutual relationship. Like, on one hand, you guys show up, which encourages me to put on a good show, and then I put on a good show, which encourages you guys to show up. So it's like, at least I think it's a good show. But I think that it's important that I think that content creators like who get some success, like Paul, is kind of lets it go straight to his head, and then he gets a god complex. And I don't know. I guess I won't know until I have a ton of subscribers, if I ever get to that. But
Hang in there.
I don't imagine
Yeah.
myself changing. I this is just who I am. I guess I get called a softie all the time because I'm so nice to people, but don't let that fool you. I will rip you a new one if I have to, but I tend to try not to if I can. Like, if y'all saw some of the battles me and Ms. Lately have over some stupid shit, like who ate the last bit of ice cream, you would think that we were the worst people ever, because we say the most meanest stuff to each other that we can, but then like 20 minutes later we're like, oh, I love you, like, it's just kind of I don't know, sometimes it's just how people are. It's like different dynamics with everybody, but my rule of thumb is, if you chill with me, I'm gonna chill with you, and that's pretty much how it is. But you come in causing havoc, I can do that too. Like, I don't mind. Like, you see how excited we get when trolls come in here. Some people would be devastated about negative comments, but we're like, yes, let's go.
And that's why they don't come around.
Yeah,
Like, speaking to Ray, he can't handle trolls. Ray, take a page out of EG's book, take a page out of our book. We just roll with it. There's only a very few people we ban, and you know who you are because you're stupid and whatever.
Or you insult
Yeah,
you insult a regular. We don't like people coming in and insult our regulars. Like, people like E-Shiv, Nance Toothpick, Arla, like New Moon, like people who come in the chat all the time, Blue Jay. Like, we don't let people fuck with them. Like, you come in here, you start going after the people who show up every day, I'm probably not gonna side with you. I don't give a crap. Whether or not I agree with whatever the argument is, even if I disagree with what the OG's point is, I'd still defend them because they show up every day, and that means something to me.
Yeah, well, we got your back in every donation, every dollar, every penny that we've donated. We believe in you, and so you can't give up. I understand Mrs. Lately needs her time. Mrs. Lately and Little Lately need their time. Certainly, love them, respect them.
Yep.
It's a balance, but we're behind you. We believe in you. I speak for everyone, I'm sure. It does, and what's wonderful about you is you don't care what the donation is. I mean, I tried Venmo. Venmo was assholes. They were like, "Oh, you're doing too much."
Yeah,
Whatever,
you do too
I'm
much,
sorry.
girl. You got you money laundering.
They shut me down. They kept shutting me down, and finally I just gave up. So if there's a better way, I'm happy to do it. But dang it, Venmo, just let me donate to EG. it's not a big deal.
I was just sick of
But
YouTube taking so much of your money. That's all.
and it does. It's dumb because I donate enough that they don't need to take it. It's stupid. And then they are like, "Oh, you put out too much. You can't do any more memberships." And I'm like, "Really?
Yeah, like why
Really?
not? Why can't I do any more
Who
memberships?
cares?" But again, like, you're humble, and that's what's wonderful about you. And I think Pecan, obviously, he saw that, and he was so touched that you let him on his stream. I know he was shocked when I jumped in, but I had to tell him. I was like, "Well, I did tell EJ I wanted to come on and say something, and then the chat was saying all this stuff, and y'all started talking about Joey, and I had to clear it up, and I felt bad."
Well,
But
you knew this.
I
I knew
actually
you
don't.
knew the situation. You knew the community, so
Yeah.
it's not like I was just throwing you into it, bringing you into a topic that you didn't know anything about. So,
Oh no, I was passionate, and a lot of people are, and we appreciate every single person who comes, to talk to you in your comments, your chats again. And it's, forget the competition crap. Just share your stories. If it be on the cons, videos, if it's on EG's, live stream with him, share your stories. Fill up those comments, and people are more than welcome to come into our Discord. I don't know, Blue Jay, if you want to do a link for the Discord, in case anybody wants to jump in and say hi. You don't even have to be a regular. You can just hang out, and just see what we have. You can mute different channels or whatever. Just be a part of it because we are so warm and welcoming. And I went from Modder Paul's Discord and his live streams to EG, and I will never look back. No offense to anybody. I just have found a home here when I really needed one. I was kind of lost, and it's I know a lot of us feel that way. Like Master Toothpick, he's wonderful. I mean, I DM him, we talk back and forth. We have like this Master Riddler thing. I have unique connections with a lot of people, and my DMs are always open. If you're a troll, go to hell. But if you're a real person, you're always welcome to come and talk to me if you have any concerns. We may not always see eye to eye, but I always am open.
Yeah, we
I know
become
sometimes
friends
people.
here. We become friends here.
Yeah.
I know I'm not as active in the Discord as most of you are, but I think that is on purpose because I know that like people are like, oh, power social relationships. So I as much as but I like getting in there and mixing it up with you guys. But at the same time, it's like that is your guys' spot to do your
Daniel's
to do your
crew,
thing.
don't you feel left out? Daniel's crew said she lives. No, Daniel's crew, you're huge. You donate. You're like the second biggest donator.
Yeah, you're
You always
great,
donate.
Daniel's crew, and you always show up
Yeah.
too. You used to always be late, but now you're on time all the time. So
It's because I always tag everyone at everyone. Anytime you make an announcement, at everyone, so everybody can get it. And I have found from being in other Discords that we don't have that many channels. Roger is going to be happy to hear me say that. Oh, we don't have that many. There are some that have like, oh my good God,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm overwhelmed.
We're nothing
But
compared
also,
to
if we-
like Chud's stream. Oh my God, Chud's Discord is like navigating a maze, dude.
Right. And I think that the other thing is that when we tag at everyone, I know there have been people that have been irritated. The one person who called me I'm sorry, a retard. I hope if you gotta bleep that out or whatever later, I'm sorry, but they've left the server. I don't know when or why or whatever. I just notice every once in a while I notice the number goes down. I try to figure out who it is if I can, and I hate to see people go. But if this just is no longer what you want or it just annoys you, I mean, you can always mute notifications. But our Discord is an open place for cool people who want to hang out. And EG is a great person to get behind. It's not money. I mean, certainly, yay money, but
It
that's
helps.
what any streamer needs. It helps, right? But and then this week, I'm sorry, I'm donating to Pecan, but next week I got you.
No
Just
worries,
because
no
of my
worries, no
husband.
worries.
I hate that.
I'd rather see it go to him right now.
Yeah, because we can't. I know our community really can't. We have to find a way to do that. But yeah, I mean, it's like we're here for you, EG, and that's what this is about. So anybody who wants to join our Discord, please feel free. Again, if you need help muting channels, you just want to be there. You don't necessarily have to be active. We're just here, and it's a great place, and we're going to keep growing.
And listen, if you have a problem with the at everyone, you're in the wrong server because that server is called EG Lately. So when EG Lately is doing something, he's gonna tell you about it. All right, that's the whole fun of it.
Oh,
That's why we build
yeah,
communities.
And I've noticed, like, for example, in Fun Guys, people can do at everyone. I prefer people to not do it just because I've received so much shit for it, and I was like,
Well, you should be the only you should be the only person adding adding at everyone or me, possibly a mod if you're unavailable. But other than that, like hopefully people in the community aren't adding everybody because yeah, that would be a nightmare. So if you are in my Discord and you're adding everybody and you're not a mod or you're not, please stop. We love you, but please stop.
Well, we just we're not huge, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but we don't want to bug people to death. We want to be very respectful because Blue Jay and I, when we get on about some Majima and Yakuza, it's on, yo. I mean, we were gonna go for 2 hours. Just mute us
Yeah.
for 24 hours. For 2 hours, I don't care. I apologize, but we just get going, and that's okay. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, and
And
like
I
Blue Jay says, every Discord server does it. Like go to local live Discord server and see how many times add everyone gets used. It happens a lot. So if it's bothering you, then you're just in the wrong place, really. I mean, the reason that content creators use Discord servers, especially small ones, is to help organize their audience, to make sure that there's a streamlined. It's a branding thing. It's a marketing thing. It's a perfect, like, you create these communities so that the most supportive people are the first to know when the content creator needs support. If you're going in there, you're like, I'm just gonna make a bunch of friends, but F the guy that's this server's about. I mean, I guess that's fine. You could do that, but don't get upset when everybody else does and goes and supports, because that's the whole point of it. If people just wanted to hang out in a Discord server, they'd probably join some other server that has no content creator attached to it. But that's why we created it. That's why everybody's in there, and I think we've done a pretty good job of cultivating a positive audience. I don't think that like they always say, you put out, or you get back what you put out, and I feel like if that's the case, I'm putting out some pretty damn good vibes because everybody in this community is so fucking chill. I mean, we always have like the occasional person who just crashes out, but everyone does that. It happens to every. And I don't know if it's personal shit or what, but you've seen people who've been like dedicated friends of this channel just completely be like, fuck that channel, and it's fine. It happens. But for the most part, I think the majority of us are very, very chill, very cool. And let's keep it that way.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has a bad day. And I mean, even if you have a bad day, that's cool. I mean, if you leave and you feel like, hey, just having a bad day, me, I'm so cool about that. And I'm not just saying that. I mean that. And of course, you can try talking to EG if he's not busy. I don't care. I mean, if obviously you're mad at me, you can go to EG and whatever.
I
Doesn't matter,
always
but
answer my messages too, by the way. Some of you,
yeah.
I am a little pickier about who I friend request, just because I have to be protective of some of the other content creators that I'm friends with. Because apparently that gives you access to like friend requests, friends of friends or something like that. And I just gotta, like, some of them are pretty big people, so I try not to, and I'm not name dropping, I'm just being like, because I know that sometimes community people will send me friend requests and I can't accept it just because it's not because I don't trust you. It's just I have to. No content creators will talk to me if I'm just friend accepting everybody and giving them access to, like, creators that particularly probably don't want that type of attention. And so it's nothing personal. But if you at me, I will find it. And Soul is awesome at pointing out when someone's trying to get my attention too.
Oh, yes.
Because I
Yes,
will.
let me know if you can't.
I do unplug a lot. Like, you guys know, on the weekends, unless I do a random stream, I'm usually not at the computer. I could be gaming, but I'm usually not in the Discord, not doing much, of anything, because I try to just, unplug for a little bit to reset for the week, which is where we do this. And, I think that that's good. But that's what keeps me, I think, in my opinion, like, reality based. Like, I don't live online. You could always tell people, like Bill Black's perfect example of someone who is habitually online. The guy's got zero social skills, has no idea what real people think. People who leave the house and go out and do things, you can always tell who knows, who knows what the people actually think, as opposed to people who are habitually on the computer and never go out and see anybody, which is fine if that's what you do. But I just don't feel like people who are habitually online and get all their information from a news article or for what people are saying in the comment section is valid, because 9 times out of 10, what you would discuss with someone in real life is way different than what somebody's writing in a comment section, because those comments usually come from people who are like could be in a bad mood, or people who aren't bad people but enjoy the provocative nature of leaving like a slander, like a like a sassy comment. That's all I can really
Oh,
say.
yeah. I always have your back in the comments. I mean, I will say this, like I know EG, you guys are more than welcome to reach out to EG. For some reason, you can't get a hold of him or he's unplugged or something. I'm perpetually like my phone is always around me. Well, almost very rarely is it not. But if you need to get a hold of him, let me know if it's super urgent. I have the ability to contact him. If he's not available, I'll keep in touch with you, certainly. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty open, but yeah, the parasocial stuff, no, we don't play that game. And again, if you're having a bad day and you want to walk back in, just keep it respectful, and we don't hold grudges. I don't care. We all have bad days, but if you're gonna call me names and stuff like that, I mean, you better be able to either, have me laugh at you, or you better
Yeah,
be able to
if
take it
you're gonna
back.
if you're gonna call her names, they better be funny.
They better be.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but the R word is not funny to me.
No, if you're just saying
It's not good enough.
if you just say hateful shit, that's lame.
Yeah,
You gotta make us
yeah,
laugh. You gotta be like,
100%.
sold a cat lady. Don't
You know what?
she got cat turds
When
all
you
over her
said that,
house.
I do not. I have two of those little robot things. But I want to say this though. It made me think of that. When you're like, people need to go outside and touch grass. Like my cats and I, we were like inside almost 24/7. I swear. So I laughed at that because I was like, oh, that's so me. But I do get out. Occasionally I go, hang out with my mama and stuff like that. So it's all good. But yeah, we're open. And again, I was in the voice channels today. If anybody wanted to talk, about Pecan or whatever, if ever you need to talk and I'm available, just send me a message.
And Soul can
I'm happy
talk.
to,
Soul can
I
talk.
can. But you know what though? Tonight you talked more than I did. I was quiet.
Yeah, well,
I was listening. Take care.
I got it.
I know it's your stream.
It says later with Lately, but when it says later with Soul, it's all you, girl.
I feel that.
Maybe if
feel that.
maybe if I find myself in a long absence, I'll just plug you in and be like, all right, get on the channel, stream tonight.
I would. Oh my god, I'd have so much fun. I would though. Oh, I would. I'd just talk about everything, and you'd be like,
Or be
there
like,
she goes. No.
yeah, later with the mods, and then we just have all
There
the
we go.
yeah, we have all the mods in here just chatting.
Oh, that'd be fun. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, to just kind of summarize, as soon as I find out something about the donuts for pecan, and I don't say pecan, I'm sorry, I always say pecan. I don't know, I'm gonna be that one person who just says it weird, I guess. But I'll let y'all know, but I'm just trying to be respectful of privacy and stuff, not being funny, but we're in a world with scam baiters, we're in a world with trolls, and people just can't be mature, whatever.
Well,
So as soon as I
Pecan,
hear something, I'll let you know.
we all know that Pecan valued security, so.
100%.
All right, well, I gotta start wrapping this thing up.
Yep.
Thank you, Soul, as always. Great job. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, and I mean, I do want to point out like what Raj said. Raj said that you can mute the Discord. If you have
Yep.
any questions, she's happy to help you with the tech stuff.
Yeah,
Just
Raj
be
knows a
respectful
lot.
because,
Raj knows a lot about the Discord too. So, but she stepped
yeah,
down
she's
because
just been through a lot.
she didn't want to be like. There was a time where the Discord was a lot more confrontational than it is now, and it was a lot on her.
Yeah.
So now she just does my
Yeah.
awesome edits for later lately.
Yeah, and don't give her a hard time, and I know I'm kind of like more vocal on this one. I mean, certainly I've been going through the troll as well, and they tried to tell me that Modder Paul had a crush on me. I know he doesn't. You gotta try harder than that. That's just not too funny. Because I'm like, oh, you're stupid. Man, come up with a better one. Really, seriously. Anyway, yeah, just don't give Raj a hard time. Leave her alone, man. She's a good person.
Are you saying that hat doesn't do it for you, Soul? That banana hat?
No,
The
it
Gilligan,
doesn't.
the
Does that
Gilligan's
shock
Island
you?
hat.
Does that shock you? No, it doesn't. It's
It does.
nasty. I'm sorry. No.
It does stuff for me.
No.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Mother Paul with that banana hat just I don't know, something just gets me
I'm
going.
gonna tell Mrs. Lately. I'm gonna tell.
Are we gonna
Your
rate
secret's
anyone
out.
tonight? I'll take a look and see if there's anybody.
K-Huck's live.
I know, but I rate her every. I rate her
I
every night.
know. I know. And I
And you
didn't
guys
donate
put
to-
me on.
okay,
You guys put me on blast on her stream, being like, he didn't want to raid you.
I
I'm like,
did.
oh my god.
I did. Because I love you, and I just tease you, man. Because I donate a lot, and I should get my way,
No,
right?
I
Just
do.
kidding.
I do love K Huck. I do.
Well, it's whatever you want. I told you you could do whatever you want, so you can do whatever you want.
But yeah,
Yeah, my
you got
permission.
to spread the love. But let me see. I'll see. Take a look and see who's live right now. Cause you never knew. I learned my lesson trying to raid like Nicholas Durio or something like that. It's pointless.
We'll just all leave your stream. How about that? And then you'll go in there with like, I don't know, one lone person who hasn't been paying attention,
Well-
and they'll be like, "Niji's raiding one person."
When
Maybe you too.
when we did it, it was like me and Blue Jay went over, and Blue Jay's in the comments being like EG raid, and then like nobody else said anything, and it just kind of like fell flat on its face, and I was like, yeah, Blue Jay, I don't think that worked, and she's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Oh.
Dan.
Well, Dan is live according to whoever that is.
Yeah, I don't know who
Blue
Dan.
Jay.
I don't know who Dan is live. Blue Jay just brings me all these random shitter channels. Which is people with moderately low subscriber counts. That's what I mean. Chud's technically still a shitter channel in his opinion, even though I think he's not at this point. He's past that, but K Huck is not live anymore. What happened? I like rating K Huck. I don't have time to go to her channel as often as I'd like to. Yeah, K Huck's a sweetheart. I don't. It's not that I dislike rating her because I don't like her or anything. It just I don't know. It just feels weird rating the same channel every time you're done. Local Rewinds live. They would not notice if we went over there. Queeman's live. Aiden Underground. Oh my god, this breaks my fucking heart. I'm looking at this and Pecan Head's channels here with upcoming streams.
I know, but he did a good job. He would be so thrilled to see all the people that he's touched and how many lives that he's changed. I mean, I know for me, he took away some of the crap I've been dealing with. I mean, it's amazing how one person can do so much, and he really is a hero.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, I could try to send you guys to Aiden. I don't think you guys would. I don't think we'd even show up on Queeman's radar because he's probably got like 1,000 people in his. But Aiden, we might be able to get some attention from. So it's up to you guys if you guys want to stick around. Aiden. I like to troll him usually. It's usually his whole comments are trolling, people trolling him. So he seems to be the only person. Again, as much as I'd love to go raid Xylee and Local Live, I don't think they would even. We wouldn't even show up as it. First off, you guys.
That one.
And you guys wouldn't even be able to. Is Dan Frampton live?
Oh, that Dan. Yeah, we can do him. He's awesome. I actually am subscribed to him.
If Dan Frampton's live, I'll happily raid him.
Let me see. Yeah, it looks like he is. Yeah, he is.
Dan copying my style.
Oh no, he's awesome.
What's his is it the Art of Slop that he's live with? Or is it
Dan Frampton?
It's Dan.
Let me send you the link.
It's the Dan Frampton channel?
Mm-hmm.
I must not be
Hang on, I'll send it to you.
I must not be subscribed to his music channel. I thought I did though. He's probably talking about music though, so just be forewarned. He talks about like hardcore music and music that probably most of y'all probably wouldn't even.
Okay. I put it in your DM in case you still need it. You may not.
Okay, with the mic in my. Did he shave his head?
Yeah.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, you
Someone's
missed
guilty
it.
of
Oh,
being
yeah.
total
He
badass.
went
Chick
all.
Dugs
I'm gonna
approves
shave
this
his
message.
head. He's
The
a bad boy.
Daniels Crew super
Yeah,
chatted
you missed the whole thing.
$5.
Hang on,
Have a
Saul.
blessed night.
Okay.
Thank you, DC. Super chat from Daniel's Crew 5 USD says, have a blessed night. You too. You too. Yeah, so Dan Frame's only got 10 people watching. We're absolutely going to rate him. Go show Dan love, because Dan is a awesome dude. Dan is an awesome dude. And I have so much fun when he comes on the channel. Also, I don't want to talk about it too much, but I might have a massive video coming out. Soul's the only person who knows about it. Don't say a word, Soul. Don't you dare.
I don't know. Yep.
And
I already forgot.
I don't want to.
I know.
I don't want to bring it up until it happens. But yeah, let's just say if this works out the way that it's been planned right now, it's probably going to be my biggest interview ever. So I'm just saying, you know, I want to.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, it's Joe Biden. Damn it, Soul. I told you not to say anything.
I know. I'm sorry.
I bribed them with a couple.
dementia,
I bribed him with a
the
couple
dementia
ice
tail.
cream cones.
Hmm.
He was like, "Listen, Jack.
Okay.
Listen, Jack.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding, man. It's not. Yeah, he's got dementia. It's sad. For real, for real. I don't want to be mean.
Why is Dan Framp? Oh, there it is. Okay, I had to just put his I had to put his thing in there. Okay. All right. Let me give this a second to lock in, because a lot of times if I try to send you, what's up, Christina T? Sorry, you just got here as we're ending. But I'm gonna be sending you. Whoa, what?
You missed Cat.
Did I? Sorry, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be coming back in a minute though, so I'll make up for it.
Well, you better. You're talking about someone's banana, is what she said. She wants to know about that banana.
Ah, the banana hat. The old.
Sorry, Christina T. I just had to shout out Cat because EG over here. I have to have his back because you're missing slightly.
Well, I don't spoil her on the streams because she's getting me in her bedroom for the rest of the night, which I don't know.
Oh, TMI. Okay, that's great. Woo!
Y'all would have to put some serious super chats up for that to happen. She gets it for free. She gets it for free.
I'm just gonna, if I donate, it just goes to her. Just put it in her coffers for whatever y'all do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. None of our donations ever go to like fancy shit. It always ends up going to the electric bill, or the.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
Or groceries.
We donate, and that's that.
And I feel like groceries are going to be a bigger
lying.
thing moving forward. All right, so hop off, and I will say goodbye to everybody. Thank you again for coming on and being my right hand man, my right hand woman.
Well, I can be man. I don't care. Whatever it needs to be.
Sorry,
I just gotta
Dave.
figure out how to. All right. Yep. Thanks, guys. And like I said, the donos, just hang tight. I will figure it out. I'm in talks with Fungi and Care Bear and stuff. Just trying to be respectful. But thank you very, very much. And if you can't, don't donate. If you cannot afford to, please don't. Just leave comments or whatever you need to do. It's fine.
Yes.
It's just love.
And
Donate
stick around.
with love.
And don't leave yet, because I'm sending you over to Dan. Y'all got to go in there, just show him a little bit of love, and then it's up to you guys what you do there. But Dan's a great guy.
Bye all.
Dan, see us all. Thank you again.
All right, let me hop off here. Okay, bye, Aubrey.
Soul and Luna, everybody. Soul and Luna. One of pretty much the heart of the Discord. The heart of the Discord. Big help for the channel. Her and Rajira are like, I mean, everybody does their part. Blue Jay brings me some of the best stories. Everybody has this, like, I could see, this is my problem. See, now I'm just gonna have to go through and literally lay out what everybody does so that nobody feels left out. Which I could do, honestly. If I had time, I could literally sit here and lay out what everybody does that is a benefit to the channel, but we'd be here all night. So anyway, make sure you guys stick around. Go say hi to Dan. Dan's an amazing guy. He's Canadian, so you'll have to get through that translation barrier, but He's a good dude. He's a good dude. With that said, guys, I will see you very soon.
EG lately standing for what's right.